University Bank, SEK Urgent Care, Jocksnitch Sporting Goods, Kennar Eye Care, the Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, Lane Lord Basketball Camp, Lindbergh Pharmacy, Pet Care and Surgery Center, Pittsburg State University, and Ryan Insurance.
Now let's go live courtside for tonight's pregame show on ESPN 100.7.
We're in store for yet again another vivacious SEK matchup as the Pittsburg High Purple Dragons girls basketball team, boys basketball team are on the road in Altamont, Kansas, ready to take on Labette County, led by Tristan Gegg and her 20-plus point per game average. And the 7-0 Grizzlies now take the floor here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, alongside Avi Sharma. With Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio, I'm Cam Molina. Last time out, Shelby, or Avi actually is here. Wow. Shelby back in our studio. See, you were gone. The last time out, Avi, this Pittsburg High team took on a Fort Scott team that had a very talented front court, Madison Cook, who coming into that matchup was averaging 20 and 10, dropped to 26 and 7 bombshell on Chris Krotz's girls. However, they responded well in the second half defensively. They anchored down, but it wasn't enough, losing by 10, 54-44. They are now 2-5 on the season. Following the Fort Scott game, they won 2 consecutive, though, winning against Joplin as well as Chanute. So this team has an opportunity to pull out another league victory tonight on the road, but it's probably against the best team, arguably the best team in the league right now in Labette County, led by Christy Snyder.
Well, Cameron, we talked about it in 2017. We said that, yes, this Purple Dragon team ended on a great note, but we know how tough 2018 is going to be. It's time to now get into this and see these teams multiple times this year. And it started off with another good team in Fort Scott, and so I wasn't there, but I heard it was a great matchup, as you mentioned earlier. But you and I have already seen what this Labette team is capable of. If you don't close out, if you let these girls get second chances, they're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to put up a lot of points.
Well, the Grizzlies, as mentioned before, perfect on the season, a sterling 7-0 record. They've only allowed one team to score 50-plus points this year, and that's Springfield. Otherwise, they've had a 15-point margin of victory on average against SEK schools. Christy Snyder, when speaking to her, said, "We aren't looking at tomorrow. We are time," and that's the mentality this team has played with throughout the season, and it's been beneficial considering Tristan Gegg, who's averaging 20-plus points per game, is flanked by some extraordinary technique, as well as Caitlin Helwig, Peyton Smith, and Aubrey Sorrell, who we will hear more of tonight.
Yeah, I think this is a very, very talented team. They got players all around. I think Helwig is a great point guard for Gegg to create and separate the floor and open things up, and when that happens, it is phenomenal to see. But on the other side, Cameron, we've seen the talent that the Purple Dragons have, that they can execute very well. We've seen the freshman step up and Madden Penny do her thing. 2017 was in the past for her, and now 2018 is a new slate. She's going to want to keep that strive going, and she's going to have to help this team out, because this is going to be a tough, tough matchup.
We will take a 2-minute break and then be joined by Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Krotz, followed by Christy Snyder of the Grizzlies here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Dragons, Grizzlies, ready to butt heads in a league contest. We'll be right back after this.
Checking account pay you you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents per swipe after the 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of Crimson and Gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong
at Pittsburg State University.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
When it comes to team defense and team offense, but sometimes to get to individual defense, like on the Cook girl, when Caden got into foul trouble, it made things quite a bit tougher on trying to defend her.
Coach, offensively, it's not as if your girls had bad looks. It was just the inability to finish. Do you think some of those missed shots ended up getting into the head of some of your players?
I think a little bit, and that happens sometimes. But more to me is that it can affect your defense, and that was a little bit of something we took away and we talked about after the game. Was sometimes shots aren't going to fall, but you can't let that affect how you play on the defensive end of the court. And so hopefully, if that happens again, where you're having a rough night offensively, we can stick with it and grind it out a little more defensively and hang in the ball game.
Currently talking with Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Crott. Coach, touch on the foul trouble, kid being in foul trouble throughout the duration of the ball game, and then not explicitly stated, but Matlock, who ended up fouling out of the contest, struggled throughout the second half of play. Need to touch on maybe that second unit coming in, and although you still had difficulties against Cook, still giving you some pretty good minutes. Sophia and Zoe playing very well. The Pinamani's doing a good job. Hendrickson coming off the bench, just playing mostly JV, getting some of her first varsity minutes of the year. You have a lot of size off your bench. That's pretty good luxury for a girls varsity team.
Yeah, I think they did a good job overall of team defense coming in. It's just sometimes some of those individual matchups that can get tough when you get deeper into your bench. But no, I thought they came in and played good team defense, rebounded the ball well, executed our stuff on offense. And like I said, it was just one of those nights we got to find a way to get the ball in the hole.
And, Coach, that seemed pretty obvious, at least from the some of the body language shown by Madden Petty throughout the game. Just a freshman. She's been averaging about 15, 16 points per game, been playing splendidly throughout the year, but just wasn't her night. How do you approach her and say, hey, this is typical? Sometimes you don't hit your shots, but it's more about the next game than lamenting on the previous.
Oh, and even I think it's even not even lamenting in the moment, that still playing and finding where you can contribute when your shot's not falling. And I think she'll get there. It's just being young and going through some adversity. She works hard in practice. She's going to come through it. And like I said, sometimes where you learn that, I can contribute by driving and passing the ball and rebound a little more. I can take care of the ball. I can play better defense, and you find other ways to help your team. And I think she'll learn and grow from that.
What underrated factor about Abby Casper is the intensity she brings to the defensive end night in and night out. Can you touch on that and how important it will be tonight against a guard like Tristan Gegg?
Yeah, she just, one of our points of emphasis has been no mental breakdown throughout the game. And she really brings that. I mean, her focus and intensity and attention to detail throughout the entire game, there's no letdown. And as my senior leader, we look to her to model that for us, and she does a great job of that, and that's going to be very important tonight.
Coach, on the topic of the Grizzlies, you head on the road to face them. Christy Snyder has been there for a dozen years plus. She's been able to really imbue this team with some great knowledge and also a mentality that's on par with some of the best in the state of just forget about last game, move on. Can you touch on the difficulties tonight?
Well, it's going to be, again, we're going to have some individual matchups we're going to look at, but the team our offensive game plan. Everybody understands our offensive game plan. And another thing we've been talking about is, consistent effort, but also a belief in that, putting a belief of what we're doing and an effort together at the same time, then we can play with some conviction and, really get after somebody and do things right. And like I said, all we can do is go play the game plan that we want, execute, play, as hard as we can, effort to the maximum level, and, let the chips fall as they may.
Again, that was the Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach, Chris Krotz. We were back with Labette County head girls basketball coach, Christy Snyder, right after this, here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Number first, on safety each and every day. Customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure they load safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
I had no idea you did that.
That said, when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work, like plumbing, heat and air, cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that for about everything and more at cdlsolution.com.
Community Bank and Trust, they're talking global instant issue debits, and credit. It's not get checking. Plus nationwide. And on unit issue.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK. When you're injured, when you don't feel yourself, SEK urgent medical providers treat your non-lasting illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of the at corners and 7 days a week. SEK and time matter by this fast things and numbers.
Stream.com. Hello and welcome to back quarters ESPN 1.7. Camelina joined by Coach Snyder. Please on up.
No, and we take a long time and we focus, but should be quick.
And also require to have your touch up.
That makes it not very just immediate. Out of the bunch. Coach,
before break, you were able to take on two SDK opponents. You went on the road, took on Chanute, won by nearly 20 points, and then Fort Scott got very in their own with Madison. Prior to going into break, how you felt about your girls' performance?
We were kind of sick there right before break, so we had to have some younger kids step in and minutes for us, which, benefited a lot. I thought those kids stepped up and did an, outstanding job. And, just for them to get better each and every time and get more time, which allows us to go deeper into the bench.
So what has been a high-powered offense, your defense has been absolutely smothering as well. You took on Pratt recently, last Friday to be exact. You only allowed 15 points. took on Fort Scott, as I alluded to before break. You only allowed 46 there, and then against Chanute Blue, 36 points. You need on how well your girls have been playing defensively.
Here's one thing that you can always control, and they know from the very beginning I'm never satisfied with how well they play defensively. There's always flaws, and defense is what's going to win your games for you. Especially if you're having an off offensive night, and they understand that if they don't play defense, they're not going to play. So that kind of helps matters a little bit. But that's kind of our bread and butter. That's where we get a lot of our transition baskets.
Coach, and sticking with that mindset and with that topic, transition offense, can you talk about the cadence and the tempo of your offense and how it also benefits from you guys forcing defense or forcing turnovers on the defensive end, and how fast you play on the defensive end, jumping in the passing lane and forcing said turnovers?
We attempt to get a lot of steals throughout the game. Sometimes that doesn't always work, but we need to make sure that we have good ball pressure and which accumulates for even to full, or maybe turnovers, or even steals for transition buckets. But transition buckets are big. If you can get going. We're not a team that likes to just be in a half court set, to be honest. And we like to get up the floor, and that's where your momentum. Anyway, our momentum carries. When we have a transition bucket, then our defensive intensity picks up, and that's what made us go.
Currently speaking with Labette County High School head girls basketball coach Christy Snyder. Coach, it's hard not to mention Tristan Gegg and how well she has played over the last 3 seasons, and then so far this year, close to 26 points, 27 points per game. She was able to make the SEK all-time leading column and took that accolade with her at the beginning of the year. Can you touch on not only her, but the rest of the cast? I know you have some other talented players. Justice Brackney has played very well at that 5 spot, and then you have Aubrey Sorrell spacing the floor.
And I think, Peyton Smith and Caitlin, all can contribute offensively, but, when Tristan gets, hot and has a big night, then, those kids obviously aren't going to get as many points just for the fact that they're not going to get the ball as often. And, but, she does a great job involving them in the offense, things are, going her way. And that's just, it's one of those deals that, she understands and they understand that not together to be successful. And I think that's sometimes it's hard for, a player who's an outstanding scorer like that to understand that. And, what makes things easy for her if everybody else can pick up and, get those buckets, and, that just, then who do you, what's your strategy when you go in? Do you let her have hers and stop everybody else, or vice versa? So it's kind of one of those things that, as a coach, some people think, well, that's probably it's a harder time to coach a kid or, a team that has a, outstanding player, and having those other kids, have, some worth to that program, big contributors. And it's to team that, I've had teams that everybody averages in double figures, low double figures. So it's just a different, setup each and every time.
And Coach, to that point, can you touch on the selflessness of your team? I know watching Tristan Gegg several times throughout her high school career, she has a penchant for scoring, that's quite obvious, but her ability to see the floor and make good passes and find those open players and not be selfish with the basketball helps your team in more ways than one.
Oh, yeah, and that's what I said. She's not a selfish kid, and that's the blessing. And, she understands, hey, I can't hit. I got to make things happen so somebody else can step up and hit. And, that's sometimes hard for kids to understand. But, the moral of the story is it doesn't make any difference who scored the points, as it's a W at the end of the night. And, that's the way all the kids feel. So, that's just one of those deals that, is hard as a coach sometimes to get them to buy into that. And, she's done a great job at that. And, kids, they all want to step up. So that's a good thing.
Coach, a young, scrappy Pittsburg high school team comes to Labette High School tonight. Can you touch on what you see from them?
It's always going to be a ball game. I don't care, what anybody's record is or anything like that. And we're just going to have to control what we can control, which is the defensive end of the floor, and hope that our defense, steps up and plays well and gets, some easy baskets for us, and then we make those a transition offense.
Again, that was the Labette County head girls basketball coach. We return with the starting rotation and insight matchup here on your sports headquarters, ESPN, in 2 minutes.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. We have the newest technology. We never lose sight of what's most important. Patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been
More information.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell independent rating system. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
We welcome you back to a lively Altamont, Kansas, inside the confines of Labette County High School as the Pittsburg High School Girl Purple Dragon basketball team is set to take on Christy Snyder and her Labette County Lady Grizzlies here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Let's run through the starting lineups, beginning with the Dragons. It's Caden Matlock with Caitlin Kidd in the front court. In the backcourt, Madden Petty, Sophia Pinamani, and Abby Casper in the backcourt for the Dragons. As for the 7-0 Lady Grizzlies, it's Tristan Gagg, Caitlin Hellwig, Peyton Smith, Justice Brackney, and Aubrey Sorrell. Tristan Gagg, earlier this season, after the first game of the season, in fact, set the all-time SEK scoring record. Avi, she is a menace against opposing defenses on the floor. She can space the floor very well with that terrific three-point jump shot. She's not hesitant to go inside and attack the basket. She's very intelligent, perspicacious, cerebral, hot, whatever smart adjective you want to use there to describe how she's able to see the floor and make decisive cuts. It will be imperative tonight for Abby Casper and Madden Petty to defend her well on the perimeter.
Well, right before tip-off, they were warming up. You and I are both watching. She just went around the world from the three-point line. It was a thing of beauty, Cameron. I asked you how many times have you done that before, and you gave me a big fat 0. So she is just an incredible athlete. But, you know, I think the team around her makes her even better. Brackney is a beast inside, and when she wants the ball, she will get it. And then Hellwig, like I mentioned, is a great all-around point guard that'll help her out. And you mentioned it, this defense has got to be good for Pittsburgh.
Dragons, Grizzlies, and we're off. Kidd tips it back to Sorrell in the front court. Sorrell trying to find Gregg, but Gregg caught up to the basketball as it nearly fluttered into the backcourt. Speaking of which, she'll attack far side baseline. Left-hand floater goes, and the Grizzlies strike those at home. Petty with the ball in the front court past the timeline will dodge inside the lane, go with the left-right lane with the right hand, and it's 2-all. Already out of the gate, both teams firing fast. At the point, with it currently, is Smith. Smith whips it right for Gagg. Gagg will reset the offense. The Grizzlies wearing their opal white home uniforms with red numerals and letterings. Grizzlies on the torso. Sorrell will rip a pass. Right wing. Gagg looks. Right corner, but instead will try to attempt a three-point jump shot from the right wing extended. That one does not fall, but an offensive rebound is corralled quickly by Smith. Sorrell's two does not go, following the second chance opportunity. The guards for this Grizzlies team not afraid to crash the boards. Petty straightaway trifecta off the back arm, takes a huge hop up in the air, and it's rebounded by Brackney, who is so poised in the post. Bounce pass, right wing to right corner. Sorrell clearing out the interior of the lane. Brackney will flash up right elbow. Gagg with the sphere. Gagg tries to wheel inside, goes to the left circle, reverses it left wing. Resetting the offense will be Hellwig. Hellwig lifts her left hand, 5 fingers flashing, trying to run a half-court set. Left wing, far side wing in front of the Pittsburg High School student section is Gagg. Gagg has the ball poked away by Matlock, who comes to help defending Sorrell. Recovered by Hellwig. Hellwig tries to reinitiate the offense. Petty rips it. It's a dine and dash. Goes up straight through traffic, and Hellwig with the foul. Petty with an exemplary move to use the left hand, pokes the basketball away, and goes to the opposite end and draws a foul, and it will be on the floor.
How about this start for the Purple Dragons, Cameron, getting in the face of these Grizzly shooters?
Casper Far side baseline inbound, stairs inside, has Kidd, but instead finds Matlock. Kidd was flashed to the post. Somehow Matlock was able to grapple it with one hand. It will be Petty attacking right corner. The right block goes into the chest of Brackney and scores. Petty, back-to-back basket. 4-2 is the score. 6:10 remaining in the first quarter of play. Good defense by the Dragons, immediately applying pressure as soon as the Grizzlies pass the midcourt line, and it's a throwaway. Gegg will sub out, and she is sitting down on the bench breathing heavily, and we are just barely 2 minutes into the contest. In the backcourt is Hellwig. Subbing in for Gegg was Hallie Bevins. Flashing to the top of the key, Smith whips it right side, and it's a turnover. Hellwig thought she was able to grab the basketball, but it smacked the baseline. 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 4-2 the score. Dragons up 2. Bounce pass by Matlock in the backcourt to an open Casper. Casper reverses it back to Matlock, who tries to skip it over the top of the full court press to Sophia Penamani, and it is a turnover. 5:53 left in the first frame of action. Grizzlies trail by 2 at home in this intra-SEK League contest. Left wing Bevins, a good beeline pass to the far side block, which is returned by Brackney to Smith at the point. Hellwig loses her hand on this field, and again it's Petty who dives on the floor with Hellwig. The two scrumming for the basketball, and it's again another turnover by Hellwig. Matt and Petty right in the grill of Hellwig, not providing any space for her to breathe.
I tell you, Hellwig is not comfortable with it either. That's twice now Petty has gotten to her and has beaten her on those.
Bevins comes out to greet Casper, and a cutting Matlock catches the ball right block, floats it up right hand. She rushed it. Kidd pops it up into the air, and it aloofly bounces out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. So Matlock misses her first attempt of the night. She had a good look. Ball quickly swung to the right wing. Smith dribbles with the right hand as she pounds the ball to the hardwood. She'll pick it up. Looks for Brackney right block, but instead Penamani comes away with the steal. Abby Casper will turn on the thrusters, but then will settle down for the half-court set. She crosses the timeline, and as she passes the prime meridian, she relocates the ball to the top of the key. 3 steps away to Matlock. Finds Sophia Penamani, a cutting, curling Petty. Tries to lift it up with the right hand. That one does not go. Petty's first miss of the night. And a skip pass right corner. Smith attempted to find a cutting Bevins as she tried to position herself in the near side corner, but it's a turnover. 4 turnovers thus far for the Grizzlies. 3 minutes into the contest.
And interesting to see there, Cameron, Hellwig just got subbed out for Gegg. So Gegg is now basically going to be the point guard of this team.
Casper will face a 1-2-1 zone flash by the Grizzlies. Riley Johnson checks in for Sophia Penamani. A great one-timer right wing from Casper to an open Matlock. She tried to find a cutting Kidd from the right elbow to the right block, and it's swatted away. It will maintain possession for the Dragons. Pittsburg to inbound, right side of the backboard, far baseline. Scanning is Casper. She slaps the leather, looks. She'll find Kidd. Near side block, goes up inside the lane, then a very awkward oblong shot does not go. Ball is popped around, poked around in the air several times before it's rebounded by Smith. Smith will find Gegg, who darts inside and is fouled on her way to the basket. Smith with 2 boards thus far. That one was pretty fortunate that it landed in her hands as Kidd had the ball for a second. It ricocheted off of her shoulder, then off of Casper to Petty. It ricocheted off her right ear and then into the hands of Smith. Gegg being very advantageous, trying to percolate inside the lane and score, but instead she's fouled. She misses her first free throw. She has a second opportunity coming up. Second offering, that one's good. She's 1 and 2 from the stripe. 3 points in the ball game. 4-3 is the score. Dragons up 1. 4:30 left in the first frame of action. Johnson passed the timeline, trapped in the left corner, stolen away by Gegg. Bad pass by Johnson as she was freaking out. That was just a rushed play. Gegg able to take advantage and score. Sophia Penamani set to check back in already, and I don't think Coach Krotz is comfortable with Johnson being in and making those rash decisions. Bounce pass by Casper, attempting to find Petty. Past the timeline towards the far side of the court. Penamani will sub in for Johnson following her turnover, and it was a bad turnover as she made a very rushed choice. And Coach Krotz now trying to talk with Johnson, saying, hey, don't force the issue. That was a hasty play. Casper holding onto the sphere about 3 steps away from the top of the arc, tries to thread a bounce pass to an open Matlock at the free throw line. Gegg in transition, goes up, left-handed ball, saucers around, does not go through. Petty with the rebound, flares her elbows, trying to find some separation, and bumped out of bounds as Petty by Gegg, her first. That is the team's second. 5-4 the score. Grizzlies lead by 1. All 5 of the Grizzlies' points have been scored by Gegg, but all of them have been earned. Midway through the first, 5-4 still is the score. Grizzlies Up by a single point, Matlock shuffles the ball right wing to an open Petty. Petty quickly double team. No one's inside the lane. Step up for the free throw line as Casper is unable to convert. Strong rebound by Brackney as she's able to clear it out. And Brackney, a very lanky, wiry forward, but does have some grit to her in the post. Right wing Bevins, and she traveled badly. She tried to maintain a floating jump pass, but she came down with the left foot first and then found an open Smith. Hellwig will sub back in. And much like Hellwig, she and Johnson each have a turnover in the ball game. Casper's in the backcourt awaiting the one, looks like it's still a 1-2-1 press, but it's more so relegated into the backcourt. And now on the left block is Sophia Penamani, a great pass from Matlock, and then Penamani's fouled as she goes up through traffic. And the defense was completely slid to one side of the court, and that was all because of an overloaded far side of the court, leaving Penamani on an island. And Penamani, all she had to do was go straight up, and she drew the foul. Penamani at the free throw line will take 2 dribbles, high arcing free throw, the rainbow shot off the heel of the iron, smooches off the window, right side of the orange, and then crawls off. So Penamani will attempt the first and second attempts of the night for the Dragons. Sorrell will sub out. First time in the ball game for Hosley. Rebound by Kidd following the second missed free throw. Kidd, after missing the putback shot, grabs the rebound and is fouled on her way up. So Hosley picks up her first, and the 14th foul committed by the Grizzlies. It will be a Kidd inbound right side of the backboard towards the far side of the court. Penamani has a left wing extended before delivering a chest pass to Petty right wing. And we'll go with a circus pass over to Casper at the point. Skip pass left corner from Matlock to Casper. Casper stepped into a three and drills it all net. Abby Casper, not one to typically hit threes, but that time felt she was open and shot her shot. Brackley, after the ball was popped into the air by Petty, returns the pass back to Hellwig. Right wing is Smith, defended by Sophia Penamani, and she has great range with her arms. A good wingspan. Matlock, mismatch against Sig. Ball is located left corner. Three is up by Smith, and it falls. Peyton Smith is able to score her first basket of the contest. 6-7 is the score. Grizzlies still lead by 1. Sophia Penamani looks for a cutting Kidd for the right elbow to the left block, but is stolen away. Great lead by Brackney, and a rush decision by Penamani. Hellwig wide open. Right wing decides to pick up her dribble. Finds Gegg. Right wing. Jab steps right twice. She's against Matlock. A much longer defender, and a foul on the floor by Matlock. Her palms face up. Face shows the expression of disbelief. 2:18 left in the first. It will be Sorrell and Bevins checking back in. Brackney and Smith getting their first breathers of the evening. 2:18 left in the first frame. It will be a near side baseline inbound by Gegg. Ball is swung around left wing. Hosley will have an open Bevins left corner, and another travel second by Bevins. Pittsburg High School against Fort Scott last Friday started 1 for 9 in the contest. So far, they are 3 of 6 to start, so a much better beginning. Petty wide open right wing three. That one way too strong. Petty had a season low. 5 points against the Tigers on Friday. In transition, good look by Hellwig to Gegg, who is cutting, slithering right through the middle of the alley on the opposite end of the court and scores. 10-7 is the score. Dragons now down by 3. 7 of the 10 points for the Grizzlies coming from Gegg Bevin, a very lanky forward, able to pop the ball into the air, recovered by Casper. Petty will percolate inside the far side circle, lowers her shoulder, bumps into Hosley, I think, and that will be a foul on Hosley, and I think that is the second on Hosley. It is, and that is the 15th foul by the Grizzlies. Hosley will sub out. Petty speaking with Coach Krotz as she is also headed to the bench. Riley Johnson on the floor. Left side of the goal, inbound from Casper. Kidd gets it, far side corner, defended by Brackney, using her long arms to defend both Casper and she. Casper at the point, jab step left, delivers a chest pass right wing to Johnson. Casper jabbing with her gray Nikes. Johnson thought about uncorking a trifecta right wing, instead relocates to Sophia Penamani left wing. Casper will attack right short corner, shuffles it right wing. Johnson steps into a trifecta, leaves it well short. But Riley Johnson had an open shot. She decided to take it. She's been really developing more into a marksman than a floor general, as Gegg has a far side wing in front of the Pittsburg High School boys basketball team, as well as some JV members. Gegg, another runner, goes from the far side corner left short corner, and then just tosses it up, and it flutters through the air and falls through gracefully. 12-7 the score, 5-point lead for the Grizzlies. Their largest on the night with 47 ticks remaining. It's a turnover by Matlock, who tried to find King along the baseline. Petty subs back in. Sophia Penamani will sub out, 47 seconds remaining in the first. Bevins inbounds in the backcourt. Gegg stepping on her own free throw line, so she's about a quarter of the way across the court. Now at midcourt, standing on the yellow Grizzly paw, which is the logo for Labette County High School at midcourt. Gegg with the right hand floater inside the key, and Gegg has been absolutely dominant with that runner. She's been terrific, a perfect 5 of 5 to start. She has 11 points. Matlock at the free throw line, standing at the heel of the yellow paw at midcourt. Gives it over to Casper, back to Matlock, over to Casper again with her purple uniform, and the purple-cladded Dragons have 11 seconds to work with, down by 7, 14-7. Petty right wing three, steps into it, bangs it home. Petty with her first trifecta of the night. She has 7. Gegg, 2 seconds left, steps into it, a foul. Gegg made a smart decision to lean into a three-point shot, and that induced Casper to lean in and try to swat the ball away, and with 0.3 of a second left in the first quarter, Gegg will have 3 free throws. She is 1 of 2 to start, but I think with not so much pressure facing her, because I doubt Pittsburg High School will be able to get off a full court heave with just 0.3 of a second left, she'll settle down and knocks in her first one. She is shooting her 4th attempt here, knocks down the second as she readies herself for the third. Gegg, 3 dribbles with her right hand, sets up at her torso, flips it up, and it's down. She's 4 of 5 in the first quarter from the line. Ball inbounded to Casper in the backcourt, and that's it. Through 1 quarter of play, it is 17-10. The Dragons remaining competitive, but Tristan Gegg, 14 points already. 5 of 5 from the field, 4 of 5 from the stripe. And Christy Snyder talking with her girls currently, wanting more of a full team effort. We will bring you back with a second frame of action here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday night at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field like Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at Crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Let's go back live courtside.
It's a very rambunctious Labette County High School, and there's a reason for it. A 7-point lead after 1 quarter of play, but the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons not backing down from any challenges so far this season. And after facing a team like Walnut Grove, Bobby, earlier on in the year, a team from Missouri that's extremely talented, has several D1 prospects. This Purple Dragon team did lose, but they showed their stick-to-itiveness, if you will, in that ball game, and I doubt they will fade in this ball game against an SEK opponent. Tristan Gegg, 14 points in that first quarter of play, and again, the Grizzlies lead by 7. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you tonight for this Pittsburg High School Labette County contest. Matlock inbounds into the backcourt. It's a far side out to Casper. Casper delivers a frozen rope left wing to Johnson. Casper crosses over right to left, dribbling the ball with her left hand, picks up her dribble left elbow. Gegg was there to defend. Right wing is Petty. Petty rips through, attacks. Baseline goes up right-handed, and she has a multitude of ways to score, but her go-to option, rip through, go to the right, and attack that baseline, and she has been so effective in this contest with 9 points, 3 of 4 from inside the arc, 1 of 1 from downtown. Left wing, Gegg, step back 3, terrific. My goodness, there's no way you can defend that. Tristan Gegg curled from the far side wing to the point, then took a step back and knocked it through. 20-12 to score an 8-point lead for the Grizzlies. Kidd shovels a pass, right short corner, and it's Petty, I believe. Yes, Petty who gets tied up with Brackney, and I think it's going to be a foul on Brackney. If that's the case, that's the 6th team foul against the Grizzlies, and it is the first on Brackney. Casper to inbound. Outside the circle is Matlock. Working inside the horseshoe will be Riley Johnson. She steps through, unable to finish, but Riley Johnson with an excellent take, though. She had split 2 defenders, but in transition, Smith finds Brackney. She tries to contort her body and score around Casper. Unable to do so, Casper comes up with the board. It has been a very fast-paced quarter and a minute tonight. And Casper popped in the face by Brackney, and there's a foul on the floor. 17th foul committed by the, no, excuse me, it's an offensive foul by Kidd. I thought it was on Brackney, who popped Casper in the mouth unintentionally, I may stress, but it's on Kidd. Kidd with her first and the team's fourth. Swing pass left wing. Gegg rips through underneath her knees, left corner, pulls back, reels a pass over to the left wing, left elbow, where Sorrell's at. Sorrell will find an open Smith, right wing Hellwig. She's defended well by Petty. Right elbow, Sorrell works it left wing and attacking left wing and dive bombing inside of the key is an open Smith. Rebound by Brackney. Brackney unable to control it. Kidd gets tied up with Smith, pops it loose. Matlock ultimately comes up with the rebound. Casper will slow down the pace of the offense as she tries to work it right side. Instead, she's double teamed for a second by Hellwig and Gegg. Petty, who steps through, loses the ball for a second, recovers, hoists it up right-handed, leaves it short. Rebound by Sorrell. Petty now 3 of 5 shooting from inside of the horseshoe. Sorrell takes 2 steps, somehow was not called for a travel as she did not have control of the basketball. Finds Hellwig. Hellwig will set a ball screen right side of Matlock. Good defense on Gegg despite her scoring 17 of the team's 20. Matlock a forward, rangy, defending Gegg as best she can. Left wing open is Smith before she delivers a bounce pass. Hellwig brings the ball up to her chin, then tosses up a right-hand runner. Rebounded by Brackney. No one boxed out. Kidd well out of position, and Brackney was able to take advantage. And a timeout is used by the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. 22-12 is the score. Dragons trail by double digits for the first time tonight, and they have been lethargic to start this second quarter of play, as the Grizzlies have outscored the Dragons 5-2 to start the second frame of action. 5:30 left in the half. We will step aside for 30 seconds to bring you back more action from Labette County High School.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but a wage garnishment can make it hard to pay the rent, pay the pharmacy, or even feed the family. Bankruptcy can be a viable option to help families cope with unfortunate and unforeseen financial hardship. Call Steve Stocker at 331. Right choice for you and your family. Call today. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, 620-231-5620. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Casper stymied right short corner, finds Petty. Petty lowers her shoulder, and on the far side block, she is called for a charge. That is Petty's first foul, and the 15th foul committed by the Dragons. 22-12 is the score, 5:20 left in the half. Grizzlies at home, up double digits for the first time tonight. Tristan Gegg, 17 of the team's 22, already a splendid performance. And the brilliantly shooting Gegg, who is 5 of 5 from the inside of the horseshoe, now 5 of 6. She goes with the runner towards the far side circle, misses, rebound by Petty. Petty in transition, slithers inside the key, tries to go with the Euro step, 1-2, and is fouled on the floor. 17th foul committed by the Grizzlies, and Petty will head to the free throw line. Petty an opportunity to double her output from Friday against Fort Scott. Only 5 points. She's at 9 right now. 4 of 6 shooting from the floor, and her first free throw on the one-on-one. Swirls around, does not go through. Kidd with the offensive rebound, well off the mark, and Kidd rushed that as it was gleaned off the left side of the window and rebounded by Smith. Smith, three rebounds on the night. Gegg at the point will take 3 steps back near midcourt, about 4 steps away approximately from the top of the key. Hellwig left wing with it, works it around the horseshoe. Bevins has an open Gegg right wing. Gegg's 3, air ball. That is the first bad shot Gegg has taken tonight. Both teams 2 of 3 shooting from downtown. Kidd will take a seat as she dusts off her, I think, eyelid, as she had something on it. I think some sweat got into it as she's still tending to it, but Casper relocates the basketball. Right wing has Petty. Petty splits a double team that goes up right-handed with a superb finish. Petty, what a splendid move. She is so good at that. She does not hesitate or shy away from any sort of contact, 1 but 2. to have the poise, Avi, to see that you have a double team, push the ball in front of you, snake in between two defenders and score. That's a tremendous talent. That is something that takes years and years of practice. That's akin to something Kyrie Irving does at the NBA level, and we're seeing a high school varsity girl basketball player do it in a terrific fashion.
Well, I don't know if you're comparing Kyrie Irving to
No,
Madden Petty's
just
dad.
that particular move.
I was just saying, I don't know if Madden Petty's dad learned that move from Kyrie and taught it to her, but hey, I tell you, that was an impressive move. But we have seen that time and time and again with Petty. She's a great, very aggressive guard who likes to get inside and make her baskets, and then she's the dual threat by jacking up threes as well, Cameron.
4:20 left in the half. Hellwig standing on the yellow Grizzly paw logo at midcourt. Will swing it right wing before the ball is darted. Right elbow from Smith to Brackney. Sorrell left elbow. Hellwig will step into a straightaway three. That one does not go. Rebound by Matlock. Hellwig had an open look, just could not capitalize. Johnson following the non-cashing in Hellwig three. Will get it past the prime meridian. Finds Matlock, who gives the ball right into the torso of Casper. Casper defended by Gegg, who's right in her grill. Casper takes a hop, and that's a double dribble. And now Coach Krotz is wanting an explanation. And Coach Krotz doesn't believe that. I thought it was a 5-second call at first because Gegg was right up next to Casper, but instead will be called a double dribble. I guess at some point the official explaining to Coach Krotz that Casper picked it up and then put it back down. 3:30 left in the half. Right wing, Smith three. That one smears off the orange and then off the window. It is rebounded by Petty, who gallops in transition. Petty has a defender on her hips, and a blocking call is deemed on Smith. Smith just had to stop the barreling Petty in transition, and Petty, once she gets a head full of steam, she is nearly impossible to stop. Smith will sub out. Bevins checks back in for the Grizzlies. Sophia Penamani subs in for Riley Johnson. Johnson has given Coach Krotz good minutes in this second quarter. 22-14 the score, an 8-point lead for the Grizzlies. Petty's first free throw is good. She will shoot her third one on the night. And the Dragons, 1 of 4 currently. Petty herself can go 2 of 3 right here. Petty takes 3, dribbles below her knee, kicks up the left foot and scores. Dragons 2 of 5 from the stripe. Grizzlies 4 of 5. Brackney left corner, jabs towards the baseline, but instead finds Gegg, left wing extended, will now go near midcourt, defended by Matlock. Matlock giving her about 3-step advantage, knowing that Gegg can't knock down a 25-footer. Brackney, top of the key, ball stolen away by Petty. She is so good at that reading the passes, and in transition goes up left-handed, plus the foul. Madden Petty has been dynamite to start as she has shot 5 of 7 from inside the horseshoe, 1 of 1 from downtown. In total, 6 of 8, 2 of 3 from the line. She has 15 points, staying stride for stride with Gegg, and then converts from the free throw line. If there was ever a game Madden Petty needed to show out, it is tonight, and she's done just that. She's only 1 point shy of tying the game-high 17 that Gegg has produced. Left wing is Gegg, with a blonde ponytail bouncing off the top of her neck. Sorrell, right wing, picks the ball up above her forehead, cocks it back, looks for an open recipient, has Brighton, who flashes from the free throw line to the top of the key. Left wing, Hellwig, 3 steps away from the top of the left wing, as Gegg quickly squirts out a three-pointer left corner, and it was swatted away by Brackney following the miss. Gegg now 1 of 3 from downtown, and it seems the Grizzlies are settling. 2 of 6 from behind the arc, and I think Coach Snyder picking up on that, telling her girls we have to make sure our offense flows. 22-19 the score. Dragons trail by 3. Sophia Penamani D'd up very well by Bevan. She'll step through, ball jarred out from behind by Gegg. Gegg with it. Scans, open Bevins, left block, can't score, ball still aloof, rebounded by Sorrell, she can't finish. Sophia Penamani has it, it will fall out of her hands. Matlock hits the deck, Sorrell hits the deck, a scrum, and Penamani gets tied up with Sorrell. Possession arrow towards the Grizzlies as Johnson will sub in. And Bevins had a superb point-blank range look but could not score. And Sorrell will sub out, I think. Now she'll come back in as the official wants something cleaned up. Yeah, it's an official timeout. The hardwood is being tended to. A quick reset. Avi Sharma alongside me. Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you for this Tuesday night contest. Intra-SEK battle. Labette County Grizzlies, favorites to win the Southeast Kansas League, but the Dragons, through the first half, giving all Christy Snyder and company can handle. And Bevins will lose it off for Shoe. It will be Pittsburg High School basketball. A lot of mistakes by the Grizzlies, very uncharacteristic of this team. They seem to be playing very fast, and that's the style of play the Dragons want to play. So we have two hectic styles of offenses and only one team really executing. One's living and dying by one Tristan Gegg. Petty's tripped up, far side baseline. She goes out of bounds, and I think it's going to be a foul on the floor. It would be the 10th team foul to my knowledge. It is, and it's the second on Brackney. So 2 on Brackney, 2 on Hosley, excuse me. 2 minutes left in the half. Petty will have 2 free throws, her first good. Petty shooting her 5th and 6th shot from the line. As Lacey Strickland will sub in, Brackney goes to the bench. So a smaller set for the Grizzlies and a good time to attack inside for Kidd and Matlock. They do very well running that high-low set. Second free throw good by Petty. She's 5 of 6 from the stripe. She has scored all 5 from the charity stripe tonight for the Dragons as a unit, 5 of 8. +1 in the make column compared to the Grizzlies. Hellwig picks up her dribble. Ball stolen away by Kidd Goodread to the free throw line as Strickland was positioned there. Riley Johnson leading the charge. She'll spin away from Gegg. Left wing Casper relocates in left corner. Picked up by Matlock. Casper will rip through. Goes inside the key. Tosses up a Hail Mary with the right hand. It goes off the window. And then it looks like it went off the knee of Bevins and out of bounds.
And Casper's wanting a foul on that one. That's why she put up that shot.
She is 1 of 3 from the field in this contest. Right wing, Casper delivers a bullet. Right block. Kidd tries to score over Sorrell and is unable to convert. Kidd with her second miss of the night. Gegg rips through, left to right. Tosses up the runner. It goes through, but a foul on the floor prior to the shot. The 16th foul committed by the Dragons. I think that was a good foul, though.
Yep.
Gegg so fluid with ripping through, attacking the baseline, and going with that little teardrop. That is the third now on Casper.
Yep. And here's the interesting thing, Cameron. Coach Krotz is keeping her in.
Gegg's 3 from the far side corner does not go. Rebounded by Sorrell as the offense resets. Sorrell, that is her second rebound of the night. Right corner, Bevins will find an open Strickland. Gegg inside the key, spins around, a right-hand hook shot, and another foul is called. Matlock had her hand straight up. She was vertical. So that is Matlock's second, and Coach Krotz, he was livid for a second. Coach Keith Matlock, the assistant coach for the Dragons, who does a splendid job with the JV team, I might add. You and I have seen him several times coach. Also up in arms about the decision. That is the 17th foul by the Dragons. It will be a shooting foul regardless, so 2 shots for Gegg. She misses the front of the 2 shots, currently 4 of 6, ready to shoot her 7th shot of the night. She's been stuck on 17 throughout most of the second quarter. 1:06 to go in the half, 22-21 the score. The Dragons just an arm's length away from tying this game. And a timeout used by the Dragons as Gegg nails her second. She's 5 of 7 from the line. 18 points in the contest now. 23-21 is the score. Some foul troubles rearing its ugly head for the Dragons. 3 on Casper, 2 on Matlock. With that, we will take a 30-second break. You're listening to the home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State. More than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburg State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburg State and see why there's a team like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/beagorilla.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Last buck of action in the first half here from Labette County High School. Petty on the right wing, inside a minute left. Dive bombs inside the lane, and again she goes inside the right circle, draws the double team, and then in turn initiates the contact, lobs it up, and a foul is called. That is a third foul on Hellwig. In the team's 11th, Petty with 2 free throws, and she has executed well from the stripe, shooting her 7th and 8th. She is now 6 of 7 from the stripe. Casper will sub out. Sophia Penamani will come back in for the last 57 seconds and a chance to tie here. Petty, 3 dribbles, free throw, goes, and it crawled in. Petty now with 20. Gegg, midcourt, sitting on the LC logo inside of the yellow Grizzly paw midcourt. Gegg has a step on Petty. She reverses back out, the freshman versus the star-studded senior. She's at midcourt. The Pitt State commit will dribble with her left hand. Circus-like, goes inside the left circle and draws the foul with 36 seconds left. Petty and Gegg. And I know this is a lofty comparison, Avi. Gegg has been in the league. She's been tried and true throughout the last 3 years and into her 4th year. SEK all-time leading scorer, but the two play so similarly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite the matchup to see them actually go head-to-head with each other as Gegg made her first free throw. But it's really a great sight to see, but I'm being amazed right now, Cameron.
Offensive rebound by Sorrell as Gegg misses her second free throw. Sorrell goes back up and scores through the hands of Matlock. How about Sorrell? Back-to-back offensive rebounds, then scoring. Johnson in the backcourt. She feels right. Sorrell comes away with the steal. 22 seconds left. Skip pass left wing, and it's overshot. Sorrell trying to find a spotting up Gegg. Casper will come in for Johnson, and you do not want, in this particular case, with 20 seconds left, the ball to be in the hands of Johnson. She's just too ripe, if you will, too raw handling the basketball. Left corner is Penamani. Ripping through will be Casper. Casper goes inside of the key, and it's an offensive foul. I think it's on Gegg, maybe an illegal screen. And it looks like she wrapped around. Instead of setting a screen, she boxed out.
That's Kidd's third.
Man, you talk about foul trouble. 3 on Hellwig, 2 on Hosley, 2 on Brackney for the Grizzlies, and then 3 on Kidd, 3 on Casper, 2 on Matlock for the Dragons. Bevins inbounds with 12 ticks left. The Grizzlies up 3, 26-23. Gegg standing at midcourt. Petty right in her face. Draped all over her. Left short corner. Hosley finds Gegg. Deep trifecta dialed up. Does not swish it through. And that will end the first half of action. A dogfight between the Grizzlies and the Dragons. Pittsburg High School enters this game with a 2-5 record. Christy Snyder's Grizzlies a perfect 7-0 on the year, and coming off a 48-15 blowout against the Pratt Greenbacks, with all the momentum and confidence in the world, have been stymied for the most part in this first half of play. Chris Krotz loves the energy out of his girls and the determination, and we will bring you back the first half statistics as well as a look into the second half of play from Labette County High School. 26-23, a very fun SEK League matchup. Dragons Grizzlies back after this 2-minute break.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of Crimson and Gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
text alert program and will text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
We have a nail-biter already through the first half of action as the Labette County Lady Grizzlies, led by Christy Snyder and Tristan Gegg, only lead by 3 against Chris Krotz's 2-5 Lady Dragons. And considering this team is on the road only down 3, 26-23, there's a lot of momentum for this team heading into the locker room. And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. If you are joining us on the dial or on our app, as well as our live stream at ESPN100.7.com, alongside Avi Sharma with Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. I'm Cam Molina. How about a back-and-forth affair between 2 of the best players in the SEK? Really has been a one-man band for both sides as Tristan Gegg, the SEK's all-time leading scorer on both the boys and the girls side, notched 19 points in the first half, including 17 in the first quarter against Madden Petty, who has 20 first half points. And we'll give you a brief rundown of the scores because it's not very much. 3 points for Abby Casper, including a rebound, and then 2 rebounds each for Kaden Matlock and Caitlin Kidd for the Dragons. Petty has 3 rebounds. She's 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from downtown, and 5 of 7 from inside of the horseshoe. And as for the Grizzlies, Tristan Gegg has shot in total 6 of 10 from the field, 5 of 6 from inside, 1 of 4 from deep. She's 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 19 points. Peyton Smith has notched 3 points and 3 rebounds. Justice Brackney, not the impact you and I expected, Avi, with 2 points, 2 rebounds. But then Aubrey Sorrell has done her work off the glass. 2 points, 4 rebounds. She leads all players in that particular statistical category in this contest. Avi, the most glaring concern for both sides, more specifically PHS, are the fouls. A quick run through of the fouls: 2 for Matlock, 3 for Kidd, who prior to the Fort Scott game had consecutive double-doubles, and then 3 for Abby Casper. And then as for the Grizzlies, there are 3 on Hellwig in this contest, 2 on Hosley off the bench, and then 2 on Brackney.
And Cameron, I got to tell you, my friend, if we didn't have any of those fouls, we'd almost be done with the third quarter by how fast this game is going. It is unbelievably an up-tempo game, which is mind-blowing because I didn't expect to see this at all. And it's a 3-point ball game. Hats off to both teams. They're playing very, very well. But again, you mentioned that it's something I'm confused about. It's Brackney and Hellwig. Those 2 are the other stars, the secondary stars, if you will, for the Grizzlies, and they're struggling. They're having a hard time. Hellwig is having a hard time with Petty up in her face, and then Brackney, I haven't heard her get to touch the ball almost 5 times down low. So that's the interesting part. Now, when it comes to the Purple Dragons, turnovers. We've talked about this time and time and again with this Purple Dragon team. You cannot turn the ball over. They got pressed early, and they overcame it. But then all of a sudden, they got trapped on the corners, and they didn't know what to do. Instant turnovers. You can't have that.
So composure an issue for the Dragons, in addition turnovers. When you talk about the supporting cast for this Labette County team, you expect those secondary and tertiary complementary players to have a profound impact on this team. But Justice Brackney and Caitlin Hellwig combined for 2 points. You want to toss Peyton Smith in there, but how about a whopping 5 points and shooting, about 2 of 4 from the field in total, 2 of 5 if you want to lump all 3 together. So it's been very inconsistent from the Labette County girls outside of Tristan Gegg. Granted, they've been very unselfish looking for Gegg as she's made some very nice cuts in the middle of the lane and has scored relatively easily. But in that second quarter, Coach Krotz told his girls, we have to make Gegg work for her baskets, and she had to do that throughout the second quarter. She was held to just 2 points in that second frame. She scored 19 in the first half, granted, but you have to imagine Petty with 20. She'll continue that onslaught, as will Gegg. So at some point, there will come a breaking point. And I think that breaking point is one player from each side, outside of those 2 primary scorers, stepping up. Will it be Abby Casper, who decides to become more composed and not foul? Will she be far more intuitive and find her looks and let the looks come to her? Or will it be Caitlin Kidd for the Dragons, maybe more of a low post look, not forcing the passes down low by the Dragons, having some easy shots? Or will it be Hellwig or Smith who steps up? for the Grizzlies? That's the question at hand. But at halftime, the score 26-23. Third quarter right around the bend, and we will take a 2-minute break and bring you back some final thoughts ahead of the third quarter of play here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
Life can come with some real financial challenge. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? At Vogel Heating and Cooling, we know reputation is earned by serving our customers' best interest, by providing top-quality, energy-efficient ream equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Ream Factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right ethic to produce the best zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop today at North Broadway in to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mower. Hustler, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
Let's go back live courtside.
And we welcome you back to Labette County High School. Avi Sharma, Shelby White, Cam Molina with you. Second half of action set to begin. 3-point lead for the Grizzlies as we are set to begin the third quarter, about 15 seconds away. 19 first half points by Tristan Gegg, but that was parried by Madden Petty of the Pittsburgh High School Dragons, 20 points. And a game that has had 3 lead changes and 2 ties. And a tie with 57 seconds left in the second quarter at 23. There will be a far side inbound by the Dragons to begin the third, as they will, on your dial, go from left to right in their purple uniforms with white stripes up and down the underside of the elbows and down the thighs. The Grizzlies will go from right to left on your dial offensively, wearing their opal white uniforms with red numerals and lettering. Casper, stop and pop inside the key. Cannot convert. Rebound by Kidd, but then has it poked away. So Casper will start out the Dragons with a quick shot in the third. Gegg skip past left wing. Hellwig sets her feet and knocks down the 2. So Caitlin Hellwig, her first basket of the night. That's what we discussed at halftime, Avi. Will this team be able to score in this contest? Right corner double team is Sophia Penamani. She picks up her dribble before finding Kidd. Casper spins away from Hellwig. Left wing will be Matlock. Petty, left wing, steps inside the horseshoe, tosses it up right hand, and it looks like a shot putter. The way she had to get that shot off. Contested with the right hand over the defense. 28-25 to score, 3-point ball game. Left wing ball rotated left wing to Brackney. Brackney brings the ball to her right hip. She goes triple threat before she finds Sorrell. Sorrell delivers a line drive over to Gegg. Gegg, the right hand runner. She did it on one end of the floor. She does it on the other. Gegg now with 21 points in the ball game. Sophia Penamani, a wraparound pass to Matlock at the point before finding Petty left wing. That one was an airmail, rebounded by Hellwig on the weak side. Hellwig with her first rebound of the contest, and that was Petty's first missed three. Sorrell, left elbow deuce, a quick shot, does not go. Sorrell in that first half with 2 points, 4 rebounds. Petty swiftly moves the ball left wing. Casper will curl, right elbow stops, thought about popping, but instead Matlock on the pick and pop is open at the key, but then finds Petty, who's cutting from the left wing inside the key, and has found her way up by Smith. That is the third on Smith.
Tell you, Cameron, every time Petty drives, she gets a foul. That is 3 times now she's gotten her on that exact same thing.
It will be a box set inbound towards the near baseline. Kids in the left corner following the pass by Casper. And then the ball was slapped away by Gegg towards the left wing. And it will be, again, another side out in front of the Labette County varsity boys basketball team as they will play following this contest. Talking about the moxie shown by this Dragons team. They have completely neglected their record and have just focused on playing hard. And a turnover. Casper tried to find Kidd posted up on the left block. Gegg with the steal. Brackney open left block, and she scores with the right inside hand. Great transition play by the Grizzlies. Unselfish brand of basketball. And a timeout wanted by Coach Crott. And a 7-point lead for the Grizzlies early on in the third. 32-25, just under 6 to go in the third frame of action. We are back in 36 with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at LaneLordBballCamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit LaneLordBballCamps.com.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
5:52 left in the third quarter of play early on, as you can hear. Pittsburg High School trailing by 7 as Casper will cross the timeline and swiftly move the ball over left wing extended where Petty's at it. Cutting Casper receives a pass from Sophia Penamani, tries to step through and score but loses it. Stolen away underneath the basket by Sorrell. Gegg puts on the brakes and then finds Hellwig left wing. She'll percolate inside of the left circle but instead backs it out. Gegg angles left corner, will attack the left short corner and floats it up, and a foul on Petty. She knew it immediately. Her expression not only told me that, but the fact that she had her hands behind her head trying to say, hey, I didn't foul. That is 2 on Petty now. And that is the first team foul by the Dragons in the second half. A line set, really a stack set by the Grizzlies at the free throw line. Gegg comes open, left wing 3, beautiful. It was a well-designed play by Coach Snyder, and then Gegg just with that unbelievable ability to knock it down from anywhere on the floor. Kidd finds Matlock, left elbow 2, cannot keep pace with the Grizzlies as that one is an air ball, and a 10-point lead for the Grizzlies matches their longest of the night.
Lead's getting a little bit bigger, Cameron. The girls got to, if you're PHS, you got to calm down. Don't let it get to you and play your style of basketball now. Don't get overextended and don't make those silly turnovers.
Grizzlies again with a 10-point edge, 35-25. 5 minutes left in the third. Left wing Gegg again. Looks towards the left short corner. Splits both Kidd and Matlock. Matlock has been defending her all night. Petty in the face of Hellwig. Hellwig will lift her left arm and ball her hand into a fist, initiating a half-court set. Right wing Devin. Devin scans down low. Hosley, who subbed in, will set a screen, but then flare off. She goes right corner, defended by Casper. Brackney asking for the basketball. Power dribble goes up through traffic and scores as that one swirls around and drops through. Brackney with the strength to bully past Kidd and score. Sophia Penamani finds Kidd high elbow. Instead, Kidd, instead of getting the shot off, finds Matlock. Petty left corner 3. That one sails. Ball is loose, tracked down by Hosley. Hosley will clear out the backcourt. Gegg with it. That was Hosley's first rebound on the night. Brackney. High post deuce, no, and a foul underneath the basket, and I think it may have been on Penamani. No, it will be on Hosley. So that is the third on Hosley, and the team's second. I think the only way the Dragons come back in this, as they trail by the largest deficit of the night at 12, is to continue to get the Grizzlies in foul trouble and exploit the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Casper finds Johnson, right wing extended. She's immediately teed up by Smith. Smith will now defend Casper, but then start to sink back. Handoff to Petty. Petty delivers a fluttering pass over right wing to Johnson. Back to Petty. She steps into a 3. Does not get it as the ball swirls out. And a foul on Kidd, her 4th. She was battling for the offensive rebound with Hosley.
That's a tough call, Cameron. I think that's a tough one to make right there.
And now we will see Hendrickson sub in for the Dragons. So Ella Hendrickson will get some minutes tonight as she did on Friday against the Tigers. Right wing is Gegg. Ball to her right ear, listening to it like a conch shell, but instead tries to deliver a bullet to a cutting Smith, stolen by Petty. Casper with it. Casper with a floater to an open. I think Hendrickson on the right block is broken up and swatted out of bounds. Brackney, Sorrell sub back in. Hosley, Bevins will go to the bench. 3:35 left in the third. I think Coach Snyder sensing that this is the time to put the foot down on the pedal. Johnson will rip the ball from right to left below her knees. Matlock mishandles the basketball. She's tied up with Bevins. Jump ball and possession arrow Grizzlies. Labette County fans have slowly continued to climb in numbers. Left wing pass from Smith to Brackney. Brackney, the forward, outside of the arc. We'll find Bevins standing on the claw, the Grizzly logo at midcourt. Right wing is Gegg. Gegg skip pass to a cutting Smith. Goes straight up, and it's blocked by Casper. Casper, great defense. Read it, had to just keep her hands straight up. Ended up getting a mitt on it. Casper will pump the brakes. Looks for Petty left wing, picks up her dribble. Bevin gets in the passing lane, comes away with the steal. Hendrickson still hanging out towards the top of the key. I don't think that's where she needs to be, though. Coach Krotz telling her to make her way to the high post. She's there now. Bounce pass Johnson. Right corner Matlock skips it to Casper. Casper pounds the ball with her right hand, picks up her dribble, turns, spins, finds Matlock, who tries to find an open Petty, but Petty is unable to get the basketball as Gegg swats it away. Hellwig will sub in for Smith. 12-point ball game as the Grizzlies have won this quarter thus far, outscoring the Dragons 11-2. It has been all defense for the Grizzlies, and just minor adjustments have forced Petty to score just 2 points in this third, and a foul on the floor. Gegg will pick up her second. That is the third team foul. Petty and company just need to continue to grind and attack the interior of the Grizzlies' defense. Casper dribbles with her left hand and finds an open Matlock, who will cut through the middle of the key and swing over to the left wing. Casper will take it under her own accord, misses big time, rebounded by Bevins. After the vice grip hands of Bevins grabs the rebounds, Sorrell has it right corner. Bevins finds Gegg, who flashes left wing. Quick trigger three. How about that? Tristan Gegg with a sensational trifecta. 3 of 6 from behind the arc. 9 of 13 shooting on the night, 27 points, as she is outclassing Petty now by 5. And then Matlock, who cuts through the key, lobs it up right-handed and scores. Matlock 2 points, 2 rebounds. Right corner, Sorrell has Gegg, who is teetering with the far sideline. Gegg with the runner, leaves it short. Hendrickson can't grab the rebound. Gegg with the board, goes up into Hendrickson and draws the foul. 40-27 the score, 1:38 left in the third. Hendrickson will pick up her first. And now Zoe Penamani is set to check in for the Dragons. Gegg will have a pair. She shot 6 of 9 from the stripe in the first half. Her first offering in the second half is good, shooting her 10th and 11th shot of the night. Matlock will go to the bench. Third team foul on the Dragons. That matches the Grizzlies. Student section for the Grizzlies on their feet. Gegg goes 2 of 2. 8 of 11 on the night, 29 points, 1 shy of the 30-point echelon. 42-27 matches the largest lead of the night at 15. Johnson smears the ball off the knee of Hellwig. Hellwig dives for it in front of her own bench towards the far side of the court. Goes out of bounds. Johnson is a heck of a basketball player, Avi, but from what we've seen through the first 7 games, now 8th game of the season, she just rushes it.
Yep, I agree with you. Just give it time, I think, is the right word for Riley Johnson.
Johnson crosses over right to left before delivering a waist-high pass to Petty, who travels. Just under a minute 30 left in the third, 42-27 in what has been a very fast-paced contest. I see you checking your watch, maybe not for that purpose, but we're maybe an hour into the evening from when we started up our broadcast, and we're already towards the end of the third. Gegg attacks, goes to the left block, inside right-hand floater is good. Gegg is so good at that. She can do an off-hand runner or an inside-hand runner depending on how the defense shades. 31 points for her. Johnson tiptoeing, acting like a tightrope walker towards the midcourt line. She turns it over. Bevan in transition can't score, but a foul. And Sophia Penamani set to check in for the Dragons. Again, cladded in purple with white numerals and letterings. Bevan's first free throw. Squirts out. Took a hop off the lip of the iron, then off the back iron and out. 44-27 is the score. Grizzlies lead it by 17 right now. Johnson goes to the bench. First foul on Johnson. And the team's fourth. Bevan goes 1 of 2. Bevan's first basket of the night as well. Ball stolen away and turnovers late in this third quarter may be the demise of the Dragons. And Bevins with an awkward lay-in does not score, but Sorrell on the backside does. Sorrell 50% shooting from the floor, 4 points, 5 rebounds. She's done all the dirty work inside. Sophia Penamani double team, ball loose. Petty comes up with it. And actually, it's Casper who comes up with it. And it's a foul on the floor. 38 seconds left in the third, and a 20-point game, the largest lead of the night for the Grizzlies. Near side baseline inbound, ball poked up into the air. Hendrickson mishandled it, stolen away by Hellwig. Hellwig wasting no time, pushing the envelope to Smith, who tries to go with a one-hand sling pass to Brackney. Right over, right corner, and a beautiful three-pointer by Peyton Smith. Smith 2 of 3 from behind the horseshoe. 50-27, and the Grizzlies running away with this one. Sophia Penamani, ball swatted away. And a foul on the floor. 15th foul committed by the Dragons. That is the second on Hendrickson. Cassidy Odell will check in. Sophia Penamani comes out. It's just the youth on this Dragons team that has really led to several uncomfortable situations where there's a lot of pressure. 5 seconds left. 23-point game. Hellwig inside the key. The runner short. And that ends the third. After 3 quarters of play, 50-27, the Grizzlies absolutely clamping down on defense, only allowing 4 points to be scored compared to their 24. A plus 20 advantage in the third frame of action, and a 23-point lead heading into the fourth. We are back in 36 with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
The Dragons so competitive after one half of action, but in the third quarter, absolutely trumped by the Grizzlies, outscored 24-4. And that's where we stand now, a 23-point lead for Labette County High School, 50-27. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our studio. Cam Molina with you. Matt Locke for the Dragons to begin the fourth quarter. Our attempts a straightaway three-pointer, but to no avail. Rebound by the Grizzlies. Left corner, sequestering herself from the rest of the team is Brackney. Brackney back to Smith. Smith over to Brackney. Left block posting up Sorrell. Just one power dribble. Steps through. Right-hand finish. Sorrell with a pretty move. She has 6 points, 5 rebounds. 7:20 left in the contest. Ball poked up in the air by Smith. Good read, and then a travel by Matlock. She came down with the basketball in her right hand and then spun. Really twirling, pirouetting like a ballerina, and then passed it. Cassidy Odell trying to adjust her compression leg guards, if you will. Gegg running the pick and roll, finds Sorrell, who dumps it off to Brackney, who is unable to score. Kidd, only her third rebound of the night on the backside. Brackney now 3 of 5 shooting in the contest. Stepping inside the key for a second was Matlock before she finds Casper, who darts inside after the beeline attempt. That one is no good. Rebounded by Cassidy Odell, but she cannot poke it through either. Left block, Brackney has an open Sorrell. Right-hand floater goes. So Sorrell's shot drops through. She has 8 and 5 now. 6:30 left in the contest, and this one's getting ugly. Nearly a 30-point lead for the Grizzlies. Petty will attack. Right short corner goes up, and Sorrell puts the hammer down. She acts like she did not, but her right hand went right into the breadbasket of Petty in the process of shooting. So it'll be 2 shots for Madden Petty, sporting the number 15. Her first free throw goes. She's now 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Prepared to shoot her 10th shot from the charity stripe. Strickland will come in. Brackney subs out, as does Sorrell. Bevins in the ball game. And Hosley. Petty goes 2 of 2. 9 of 10 from the stripe. She has 24, and that one's waved off. It's a lane violation. So really, it's 8 of 9 now. She's down to 23 points, and the score is 54-28. Dragons still trail by a lot. Right wing, Smith picks up her dribble. Coach Crotch asking for a trap, but Gegg has it at the top of the key and will reverse back to midcourt. Swings it left wing before a fluttering pass goes to Strickland at the left double. Bevins interchanges with Strickland, goes up right hand as she tried to angle inside. Ball's rebounded by Smith. It was a loose ball, really. And Gegg now has the sphere in her left mid, now her right at the point. Works it over left wing before she finds an open Strickland offense. Ran again. Gegg attacks short corner. Tries to go with that scoop shot underneath the underarms of Casper. And in transition, Petty tries to split the 2 defenders in Bevins and Strickland, and she's found on her way to the rack. And I will say, Petty wastes no time. The surgeon wanting to dissect the interior of the defense immediately. Does a good job splitting 2 defenders and going straight up. Petty with a pair, her first offering. Takes a smooch off the front of the iron, then goes off the heel, window and out. That was only her second miss of the night, shooting her 11th shot here. Petty goes 0 of 2. She will stay at 8 of 11 from the free throw line. As a unit, 8 of 13 compared to the Grizzlies, 9 of 13. Grizzlies just too much firepower, and Gegg 31 points. She had 19 at half. She was able to pour on another 12 in that third. Right wing extended is Smith before she cocks the ball above her head, lobs it up. Right corner to an open Strickland and a foul away from the basketball. And it will be on Matlock, her third. And this team 6th. 54-28 is the score. A 26-point lead for the Grizzlies. Brackney will sub in. And keep in mind, this is one of the top 5 teams in Class 4A D1. Ball above the head of Sorrell before she finds Brackney. Left wing extended. Gegg has it. Ball just below her waist. Will dribble right to left, left to right. Goes in between her legs. Ball's back to her right hand before escorting a pass. Right wing extended. Cassidy Odell gets in the face of Smith. Pokes it loose, and it was last touched by Odell. Will remain Grizzly basketball. Inbound in front of the red-cladded student section of the Grizzlies for Smith. She looks, continues to prospect, and has Gegg. Her foot nearly at the midcourt line with 5 minutes left. A 26-point lead for Labette County. Gegg picks up her dribble. Left corner 3 is up. Leaves it short. Bevins was unable to convert, and it's scooped up by Casper. Casper with Brackney on her left tip. Tries to go up, steps through, and draws a travel. And Casper did appear before the shot to walk with it, then take a hop. Under 5 to go in the fourth. 54-28 the score. Casper just 3 points on the night. And 0 of 4 shooting from the field. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. 1 of 5 shooting from the field. Odell comes away with the steal, and she's able to purloin it away from Hellwig, then does a crafty shoe shiner And it will be Purple Dragon basketball with 4:41 left. Bevins will sub out. Matlock will have Casper in the backcourt as she makes her way past the Redfield key. Matlock skips it to no one. No one at all. She wanted Odell, but that was a liner, and I mean a fastball over to the left corner, and Odell was nowhere near it. That's a Tim Tebow throw, Avi.
Easy now, Cameron, easy. I know it's 2018, but you don't got to do that to me.
Hellwig at the point rotates it to Sorrell. Left wing who has Brackney. Brackney, a good, picturesque right hand hook does not go. Offensive rebound goes right back up and is foul. Justice Brackney, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and she'll head to the free throw line. 17th foul committed by the Dragons. And that is on Odell, her second.
Cameron, I think we can answer the question that we asked at halftime, is it who was going to step up or what was going to be, and I think it was the downfall of the Purple Dragons due to turnovers and just silly mistakes.
First half, this team just seemed very composed. They ran their sets well. The high-low action was starting to break through late. Madden Petty, speaking of which, who's in the right short corner, has her shot blocked and a foul called on Gegg. So Petty will go to the free throw line. They give her team a chance to go to the 30-point echelon, but there's only been one team to score 50 or more points against this Labette County team this year, and that statistic will remain in fact. That was Spring Hill early on in the season back in 2017. Gegg picks up her third and the team's seventh. Both teams in the bonus. Petty goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pressure in the backcourt, loose ball. Smith dives for it. Odell comes up with a jump ball. It's Purple Dragon sphere. Madden Petty with 24, Gegg with 31 combined. They have 55 points. Wow. 55 of the combined, I'm trying to count real quick, 85 points. Petty with the steal.
Add to it.
And she scores easily. That was a larceny in progress. It had an easy lay-in. As Hellwig dribbles with her left hand, ponytail bouncing off her shoulder, and Petty again with a superb rip in transition, goes with the Euro step into Sorrell and draws the foul. Petty is so good at putting on that pseudo or quasi stop to force the defense to run out in front of her, then goes with the Euro step and tries to score. That's 3 on Sorrell.
Quasi, I like that.
First free throw good by Madden Petty. She is shooting her 14th and 15th attempts of the night. She's currently 10 of 14, a chance to go 11 of 15 here.
You know, I know how you compared Petty to, you kind of compared her to Kyrie Irving. I'm trying to think.
I didn't compare her to Kyrie Irving. All I said was the moves that she makes to split defenders is similar to Kyrie Irving.
All I'm saying is I'm thinking more James Harden.
James Harden.
The Euro, the 3, getting in the lane. I don't know.
I think that's appropriate for many audience members to understand because the NBA is more mainstream. If we were to throw out a more obscure name like Michaela Burgess at Pittsburg State or I forget her name from Emporia State a couple years ago, I don't think audiences would be able to pick up on that. And a foul away from the basketball. Kidd bumping into Smith, and I think that is Odell's third. No, it's her second, excuse me. And with that, it is the 18th foul committed by the Dragons, and Smith sets the ball below her waist for her one-on-one opportunity. Her first shot is good. Hendrickson to check in for the Dragons. Kidd will get a breather, and I think that is the end of her night. Her club down 24 right now. Smith goes 1 of 2. Hendrickson with the board. That was a strong rebound by Hendrickson. Casper picks up her dribble, brings the ball below her waist, elbows flared out, finds Matlock at the point before working it over. Left wing 3 goes up but does not go down for the Dragon. Shot by Odell, who was open. Skip past Gegg and threads it into Sorrell. How did that one go? Gegg, who was at quarter court on her own free throw line, with a beautiful pass that landed gently in the breadbasket of Sorrell before she traveled. Matlock dumps it off left wing to Casper. Odell to Matlock to Casper. Petty loses it and is out of bounds. 2:45 left in the contest, a 24-point lead for the Grizzlies. Inbound in the backcourt, Gegg has it, finds Bevins as she's double-teamed, and then a travel. So turnovers galore for the last 2:41. Odell will inbound it from the far sideline. Casper, about 3 steps away from the crown of the arc. Cass Petty, right wing. Casper faked the three, I think. It was blocked, excuse me. My view was obstructed by the bench of Pittsburg High School. But in transition, Bevins goes straight up. Petty tries to swat it away. She lands into the padded wall directly behind the far backboard. And it will be 2 shots for Bevins. Petty with her third. Bevins knocks down her first free throw. She was 1 of 2 before shooting that one. Zoe Penamani will sub in. Matlock will sub out, and her night will end with a 2.2 rebound stat line. Bevins goes 2 of 2. 59-33 is the score. Casper to Zoe Penamani before the ball's poked up in the air. Petty recovers. Gegg brings a double team with Bevins. Zoe Penamani, a free throw line runner. That was ill-advised. Stolen away. Gegg in transition has Brackney. Brackney right hand plus the foul. Brackney now with 8 and 3. Hosley will come in. Sorrell subs out. Brackney with a chance to hit the 9-point mark. No. Offensive rebound was in the hand of Bevins for a second over Hendrickson, but Casper comes up with it. Her third rebound of the night. Stops her dribble right wing. Goes right block, double clutches, right hand shot, crawls off the rim. Hendrickson had it for a second. It was just too slow to recover the sphere. 61-33 is the score. The Grizzlies lead it by 28. Casper will sub out now. And we will see reserves enter the contest for the first time tonight. Ball is inbounded. Westtop's 3. Westcott, beg your pardon, 3 is no good. Rebounded by Zoe Penamani. Goes up and under. Hendrickson recovers. Tosses it up, and she's fouled.
It's interesting how Cameron, the first 3 quarters flew by, and then all of a sudden got a little foul happy, turnover happy, and it's dragging the 4th quarter. And it looks like it's the curtain call for Tristan Gegg, as an unbelievable night she had.
She receives a lot of praise there, Avi, as the fans give her a standing ovation off the court. Hendrickson will have free throws, and the free throws do not go. Left wing, Bevins, and to check in will be Michaela Forbes for the Grizzlies. Hosley bounce pass right corner. Strickland will find Brackney right elbow. Back to an open Hellswing. Excuse me, Smith. Left corner, Deuce does not go. From an open Strickland, rebounded by Hendrickson, who skips it in transition and a turnover. 61-33 is the score. Forbes Forbes into the contest now. Odell asking, who do I need to defend? But I think Coach Kratz wants her to sort that out on her own. Odell will defend Smith with 1:15 left. 61-33 the score. Bevins, right wing, standing in front of her student section. Popping up as Hosley, and a foul away from the basketball. And it's on Odell.
Yep.
Third on Odell. Smith at the free throw line, and she will have a pair, as that was the 11th team foul committed by the Dragons. First free throw goes. Odell will sub out now. Smith goes 2-2 as the ball spins off the heel, off the backboard, and it goes through. Smith, 9 points with $1:11 to go. Ball stolen away yet again in the backcourt will be Bevins. Right wing above the head of Strickland with the sphere before she finds an open outlet in Paige March. Paige March with the offensive rebound with 45 seconds left. A 30-point ball game, still 63-33. Left block, power dribble. Hosley steps through and she traveled. It looks like she stepped on her foot and then tripped herself up. Emma Lawson will find Zoe Pinamani. Left short corner, Lawson's to no. Ball swat up in the air. Hendrickson with the rebound. Does not convert, but a rebound by Zoe Pinamani and a jump ball. At halftime, the score was 26-23. The Dragons have just been able to muster 10 second half points compared to the nearly 40 second half points by the Grizzlies. And at the buzzer, it is a 30-point victory for Labette County. They will not be denied another game in which they now over 50 points, winning 63-33. Tristan Gegg, an outstanding 31-point performance. Madden Petty with 28. We will bring you all the final statistics here in just 2 minutes here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases at state and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and pay. It's convenient that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
What's the buzz around Community Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6454 to set up an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Let's go back live courtside.
Final for the girls' basketball game. Labette County wins in a convincing fashion, 63-33 behind Tristan Gegg's 31-point performance, but that was not met with adversity, though. In the second half, at least, as the Grizzlies outscored the Dragons through the third and the fourth quarter, a whopping 39-10. The obstructions came in the first half when the Grizzlies only led by 3 at intermission. Tristan Gegg had 19 points, Madden Petty with 20, but Gegg getting the better of Petty in the second half. Petty only able to notch 8 in the third and fourth quarter combined, as Gegg was able to put through 12. And Avi, you and I spoke, it would be the supporting cast that would really be the deciding factor in this ball game, and that was the case. Peyton Smith, Justice Brackney, and Aubrey Sorrell, including Hallie Bevins, really stepped up to the plate in the second half of action and took control. When Gegg was D'd up or double teamed or did not have a good look, they were good options. Justice Brackney finished up the ball game with 8. That's a +6 margin from the first half to the second half. Sorrell had 4 at intermission. She finished up the game with 8. And then Peyton Smith with 9 points. So the second half scoring by the second unit, so huge. And that was the catalyst for tonight's victory outside of the Dragons yet again. Feeling that they were in this game, they were competitive, and then just turnover after turnover after turnover. Again, this is a young team, but the adjustments in the locker room did not match that of Christy Snyder's, as Chris Krotz and everybody was out-dueled in the third and fourth quarter. Let's quickly go through the stats. Zoe Penamani, 1 rebound. Caden Matlock and Caitlin Kidd, a disappointing night, just 2 points, 5 rebounds combined. Cassidy Odell, single rebound. Abby Casper, who was in foul trouble most of the evening, 3 points, 3 rebounds. And then Matt Petty with 28 points, 4 rebounds. And then Hendrickson off the bench with 3 rebounds for herself. Tristan Gegg, 31 points on 10 of 14 shooting, 3 of 6 from downtown, 8 of 11 from the free throw line. It was a +3 margin in makes from the free throw line for the Grizzlies. They were 14 of 19. The Dragons 11 of 17. Hellwig 2 points, 9 for Smith, 8 for Brackney, including 3 rebounds. And Sorrell 8 points, 5 rebounds. Hosley with 2 boards, and Bevins 3 points and a rebound. Final score once again, 63-33. The Dragons fall, going 2-6 on the season, and they have a fairly difficult matchup on the horizon against the Girard Trojans and Sydney Crane, who is a Pitt State verbal commit, much like the committee on the floor tonight, and Tristan Gegg and Lane Lord in attendance, the Pittsburg State University women's basketball coach tonight. And we will segue into our boys matchup as the Pittsburg High School boys basketball team, who improved to 4-2 on the season last time out, and a big-time win against the Fort Scott Tigers in a thumping 79-40, coming off there, according to Coach Kylie Rolfe, best offensive performance of the season. We'll look to duplicate that against arguably the best team in the SEK currently, as they do factually hold that position with a perfect SEK league record. The Dragons wanting to spoil that, as Magic Relaford and company looking to expand on their 6-1 record on the season. With that, we will take a 60-second commercial break, come back with an interview with head coach Kylie Rolfe of the Purple Dragons. Following that, another 60-second break, and then we'll be right back with the head coach for the Labette County Grizzlies in Brad Smith. You're listening to the home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A great school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you've become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
Coming up with those turnovers, can you just talk about the defensive discipline that it took to force those turnovers?
Well, we use the word connected quite a bit in our program, and I just thought our guys were connected. They were, on the same page. They reacted to the ball really well, and when we react to the ball the way that we do, and the way that we did on Friday, we've got athletes that can get hands on balls and kind of create disruption. We got kids with good basketball instinct, so when we react to the ball properly, it usually can create trouble for the offense, which can lead to good things for us on offense.
On the offensive side of things, to continue with that, the unselfishness was on full display. Your team passing the ball around, executing some great plays, too. I remember specifically that backdoor play you run with Trenton Austin to get the alley-oop. Can you just touch on the unselfishness from your guys?
Well, it's as I told you after the game on Friday, it's the way that we're supposed to play. I mean, I believe that, and I think our players believe that too. We just didn't always do it during the first semester. So, we did it on Tuesday, and I think the important thing is to understand, how beneficial it was for us, and to be committed to doing it moving forward. And I think our guys are.
Currently talking with Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolls. Coach, again, you have a very seasoned, veteran-laden team, but following the two losses prior to the Christmas break, can you touch on potentially your guys being a bit more, I suppose, determined, wanting to show people up and having more swagger and confidence coming in? It seemed like they were far more focused against Fort Scott than the game prior to 2018.
Well, I just think they understood that we needed to play the way we're supposed to play in order for good things to happen. I thought that's what we found out from those last three games of the first semester was that, okay, we need to go back to playing the way we're supposed to play, and I think our guys, were committed to that and bought into that, and we did that on Friday. And as I said, I mean, as a coach, you're always looking towards the next game, and so now the important thing is that we stay committed to it, and we're ready to put that same type of thought process on the floor tonight as we head to the back end.
Coach, in the past, I've discussed your bench with you and how deep it is, but can you also touch on its versatility? For example, Isaac Leverage has done a great job playing the 4 and 5 in some situations. Trenton Austin coming back, playing the 5, really impacted the game against Fort Scott. Alex Kafka can stretch the floor and play a bit of the 3 as well. Yeah, and Javon Grant has done a nice job for us off the bench as well as kind of our point guard off the bench. And yeah, those guys, it do give us versatility. They can, we have the ability really, to go in a lot of different directions with our bench depending on the situation of the game, and that is a big time luxury. I mean, to have that kind of depth that you can count on to go in and that you can trust to go in and try to keep the flow of the game going. Our direction is a really good and positive thing for our team and for our coaching staff to have kids that can do that. Coach, tonight you will take on the Labette County Grizzlies. They currently stand atop the SEK standing. Can you touch on what you need to do well to come out with a win?
Well, I would go back to kind of how we started the conversation. We're going to need to defend very, very well tonight, and really kind of just lock in on that side of the floor. And that's not easy to do. They've got 3, I would call them prolific scorers, if you will, and the Relaford, Russell, and Dean kid, and they're very high-quality STK players, and we'll have our work cut out for them trying to deal with those 3. I feel like we can, make those 3 really have to earn it on their end. It'll go a long ways in helping us be successful, but that's a lot easier said than done because they're 3 really good offensive basketball players.
Once again, special thanks to the Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolls. We will be back with more pregame here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, right after this.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver the load safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Hello, and we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Came to County head boy Coach Brad. Coach, your team is just any Sinclair's that have been by the media. Yes.
Well, they've been a real incredible year, and it's been great to coach these guys, and they've responded very well, and they're fun to work with, and you know, the biggest thing for us tonight, especially against Pittsburgh, which is a very, very good basketball team, and we know what kind of game we're in for. We know that how important this game is tonight in the SEK race. Is it the only game that counts? Of course not. But this would give us a solid edge on everybody to this point. And I've been in this league 24 years as a coach, and I know that I've seen the league champion in this league have 3 or 4 losses. So it's not one of those things that this is just a all or nothing game, but it's an important game, and our kids know that. And I really believe they'll come focused. We had a really good practice yesterday, and I know they're looking forward to the challenge.
Coach, defensively, your team has been outstanding. You've only faced 2 teams that have scored over 50 points. That was Spring Hill and then against Parsons back in early December. Can you talk about the defensive mentality and how you guys are really are invested on that end?
Well, I think that your success depends on your defense, and we've preached that for many years here. Some years it looks better than others, I'll be real honest with you. But these guys have bought in on how hard they have to play on defense and just be effective. It's a team thing. It's a team concept in defense, and from day one we work on helping, and we still have a ways to go to get better. We're going to really have a tough chore tonight guarding the Curtis kid and of course the English kid inside, and we know Coach Ralphs and I have coached against each other for over 20 years, and I know he knows his strength, and I know that's where they're going to go, and we have our work cut out for us. But I believe our kids have bought into playing defense. You're talking about our defensive average, which I'm proud of, but it's a mentality, but it's also, I think, sometimes our defense gets us going, so our offense is just a little bit better each night out. And I think we're getting better each night out. You can't just, okay, we know we can play defense, so we've got it. It's not like that. You've got to come and you've got to really put it out there every night.
Currently talking with Grizzlies head boys basketball coach Brad Smith. Well, Coach, you discussed there and really going with the old adage, defense leads the offense. You have some talented offensive players. Javon Relaford, a.k.a. Magic, has played phenomenally so far this season. Also, Easton Dean is a very crafty forward. Can you touch on some of your playmakers?
Well, you know, Magic is averaging 23 a game, and I think probably is one of the premier guards in our league and maybe in the state of Kansas in 4A. got to remember Magic scored 25 against McPherson in the state tournament, and he was the leading scorer of that game. And that was against one of the best teams in the state. And his game has just picked up. He's averaging 23.6. You have to be consistent every night. And he knows he can score. It's just how and not to rush it. And the game will come to him. And the kids know that. Kids know that what he looks to do. And he's what's really impressive. He's averaging approximately 3 assists a game and 7 rebounds a game from a guard position. That's just outstanding. Easton Dean he's averaging a double-double. Anybody that averages 13 points and 11 rebounds, he's kind of coming into his own. I knew he would because he's played here for me since he was a freshman and sophomore, and he's just getting better all the time. We preach a lot of defense with the Easton, and he get those rebounds. You got to play defensively, and he's going to only get better.
Coach, tonight, Pittsburg High School, you already mentioned it. You have Chase Curtis, Markey English to worry about, but in addition, they have a handful of other good players, Jarek Butcher, Gavin Elkamil, Drew Rolls. And just touch on what needs to be executed on tonight in order to come out with the win at home.
Well, it's going to take a huge effort by everybody because the Elkamil kid is probably the best, or if not the best, sophomore in the conference, one of the best athletes overall. We really know he's going to shoot it and he's going to drive it. He has a lot of different positive attributes in his arsenal, and of course the Rouse kid can shoot it with anybody. We can't leave him, so that by any means do I think it's just the Curtis and English. And the Butcher kid plays his role real well, and he's a smart kid, and he hustles, and all those the starters. I'm impressed with the freshmen coming in off the bench, and the 2 other players I've seen. So we know what we're in for tonight.
Once again, that was the Labette County head boys basketball. We will be back starting rotation inside for tonight's matchup here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7 in 60 seconds.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. That's Kanar Eye Care. We have the newest technology, but side of what's most important, our patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been there for you every step of the way. At Kanar Eye Care, patients spend time with doctors. Total eye care, from contact lenses, including bifocal contacts, treatment of disease, and surgical co-management. Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Alongside Avi Shummer with Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. I'm Cam Molina. $1:30 remaining before the opening tip-off between Kylie Rolfe's Purple Dragons, who come in with a 4-2 record, and Brad Smith's 6-1 league-leading Labette County Grizzlies. And Avi, when you look at this matchup, it's about size of the post and who's going to win the rebounding battle. When I spoke with Coach Smith, he said we have to win on the board tonight. Easton Dean, the tall 6'7" forward for this club, will really have to step up and grab the rebounds away from Markey English and Chase Curtis, who have done such a splendid job this season crashing the boards. Before the national anthem's played, we'll give you our starting lineups. It's Chase Curtis for the Dragons with Drew Rolfes, Gavin Elkamil, Markey English, and Jared Butcher. And as for Brad Smith's Grizzlies, it is Joshua Walters, Javon Relaford, Keyshawn Anderson, Tanner Russell, and Easton Dean. And with that, we will step aside for 2 minutes and come back after the national anthem. You're listening to the home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell independent rating system. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6444 to set an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Let's go back.
And we welcome you back once into Labette County High School in Altamont, Kansas. It is a Southeast Kansas League clash with the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons on the road to take on Brad Smith Labette County Grizzlies here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Once again, Avi Sharma, she'll be right back in her KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. Last time out, Pittsburg High School had their best offensive game today, playing against Fort Scott at home, a 39-point thrashing, winning 79-40. Avi, when speaking with Coach Rolfs in the past, he said, we want to ensure that our offense runs smoothly, but he wanted to come naturally, authentic. In the past against, for example, Parsons and Parkview, a lot was forced, a lot of three-point shots were forced. That was not the case against Fort Scott. The Christmas break really helped this team.
Well, Cameron, I'm upset that I missed the best offensive game of the year. That already kind of upsets me. But hey, tell you what, this team needed a Christmas break. They needed some time off. Get away from basketball for a little bit. Enjoy some time with your family and friends, and then get back onto the court. That's what it's all about. Is, you know, Coach Rolfs has done this too many times before. He knows that this team needed that break to get back to where they needed to be. And I tell you, they ended good against Chanute, but they can be even better. Coach Rolfs never settles for what this team can be. They can always be better, and that's exactly what they did against Fort Scott. And guess what, Cameron? They can be better, and they're going to try to do that tonight.
Well, Coach Brad Smith, this is his 24th season as a head coach, and he has an outstanding talent in the backcourt in Magic, a.k.a. Javon Relaford, who will most likely, unless somebody else really steps up, and I think that other competitor would be Marquis English, would vie for the SEK Player of the Year that media members put out. Just the way he's able to score, facilitate, and defend, it's unparalleled in the SEK. He has good length. He's about 6'2", 6'3", can shoot the ball effectively enough. He does a great job attacking, very smooth, and looks for his open targets, wastes no time scoring as well. The Labette County team cannot be at the mercy of this Dragon squad, though. Marquis English and Chase Curtis, as well as being strong rebounders, are great forerunners. So as soon as a rebound happens, they have to get back on the defensive end to stop that transition game.
I tell you, Cameron, we saw a great game right before this. I think it's going to be another one just like that. I'm expecting that same high-paced tempo that we had in the first half between the girls' game for this one. it's an interesting thing to watch. I mean, you were the one that got to see these guys do work last time they're out on the court, so it should be an interesting matchup. We've seen this Labette County offense, this team in general, play Frontenac. They were very good. They had a neck-and-neck battle all throughout, but this is going to be a pretty tough matchup for them.
Marquis English, Easton Dean tip off, and it is a Dragons win. In the backcourt will be Jared Butcher with his hook pass over to the left wing where Marquis English is at. The Dragons on your radio dial going from right to left offensively, clad in their purple away attire with white numerals and lettering, their Adidas uniforms. Wolves, ball on the right wing, looks for Chase Curtis, right elbow. Curtis will lower his left shoulder, go right into the chest of Joshua Walters, and Curtis travels. So an early turnover by the Dragons as the opal-cladded Labette County Grizzlies with their yellow numerals outlined with red, trimmed with red around those numerals and lettering. We'll have Javon Rellifer running the show. Dean at the point. Dean crosses over left to right. The 6'7" forward is hulking too as he crashes into the lane. Rellifer goes with the right-hand runner. No. Rebound by Drew Rolfs. Rolfs, after hugging the rebound, pushes the ball in transition. Gavin Elkamil left block. Looks for an open Marquis English who jabs inside, fades away, and the right-hand fadeaway goes. English bumped into Rellifer at the end of the play, and English had to tend to his nose for just a second. I think his eyes are watering. He's still scrunching his face. Painful expression. Ball is lobbed over the top of Curtis by Anderson. Curtis comes away with the steal, goes in the body of Dean. He cannot finish, though. Ball crawls off the rim. Dean with the rebound. Kicks it out. Left wing. Rellifer 3. Unable to swag it home, but an offensive rebound once again. This time by Tanner Russell. After Russell's rebound, it's Dean left wing, and he's able to mail home the trifecta. 3-2 the score. Dragons trail by 1 under 6:30 remaining in the first quarter of play. High ball screen set by Curtis to the right side of Rellifer. Alkamil defended by Rellifer. Marquis English dials it up from deep. It's tipped up in the air by Russell and then recovered by Rellifer. So Russell already with 2 boards early on. Left wing and attacking, permeating inside the left circle is Dean. He loses his handle on the sphere, goes off his foot, and that is met with jeers by the Pittsburg fan section that has traveled well, saying that it was off of Dean instead. Anderson swings it right wing where Rellifer's at. Rellifer jabs right, then spins away from Rolfs. Rolfs trying to catch up. Rellifer goes to the Euro step, has it blocked away. Anderson, after the ball is recovered by Rolfs, works it over to an open Russell. Russell, follow-away 8-footer does not go. Elkamil is able to squeeze the rebound. Elkamil with his first board of the game, kicks it out. Jared Butcher, his 3 to the right side of the orange, and it shirks off. Ball is again grappled by Walters. Elkamil with both his rips tape with medical tape. 5:30 left in the first. His club up 1. Russell wheels away from Rolfs, tries to get on his left hit. Now he gets to his right hip as he crosses over from right to left. Rellifer defended by Elkamil. Elkamil forces Rellifer back before pushing it over to the right wing. Anderson trying to size up Butcher. Butcher again, another monstrous, muscly individual. Magic, bounce pass, right short corner to an open Anderson before Anderson finds Rellifer again, left corner. Russell's 3, squirts out, rebounded by Gavin Elkamil, and the defense just sticking with the Grizzlies, not allowing them too much space to work with. Elkamil inside the horseshoe 2 from the left circle, does not go, but Curtis with the offensive rebound. His second rebound of the night. Elkamil crosses over left to right. Coach Curtis, I beg your pardon, Coach Rolfs barking out orders as Curtis has the ball, far side block. Elkamil right corner in front of the Labette County student section, decked out in gray and red. Will look on as Elkamil goes inside of the key, goes with a left-hand scoop, misses his first shot, but follows it up with the second make. Gavin Elkamil with his first basket of the night. And now a charge as Curtis set himself inside the lane and barreling through the middle of the key was Easton Dean.
I tell you, Cam, I don't think there's a better team that gets charges than PHS. It is a thing of beauty.
Just the willingness to sell out their body. Butcher crosses the timeline. His club up 1, 4-3, crosses over right in front of Anderson, who's on his hip, harassing him. Butcher does a good job going, forcing Dean up into the air with an up fake, goes into Dean, draws the contact, plus a foul A strong finish by Jarek Butcher, the middle linebacker for the football team. It showed that he can bust through the lane and also score it in traffic.
I tell you, that was a thing of beauty. I have not seen Jarek Butcher take control like that and immediately get down in the lane and put up a shot. That was amazing and very impressive by Butcher.
Clayton Moore subs in for the Grizzlies. Butcher does not convert the and one. He went on an 0 for 10 streak shooting from 3 prior to Christmas break and hit 2 against Fort Scott. Drew Rolls comes up with a steal, but then is unable to maintain it and goes out of bounds. 6-3 is the score. Dragons up by 3 with just under 4 minutes left in the first in what has been a defensive matchup thus far. English standing vertical in front of the inbounding Walters. Walters loses it, but it's recovered by English. It's on the floor. Walter dives for it. He sprawls out and does regain it. Jump ball. Possession arrow Grizzlies. I think Walters will be a bit more wise when inbounding from now on with English right in his groin. He's such a wiry, lanky player that he's able to get that long wingspan to go wherever he wants to, and he has good agility and good dexterity, so good body control overall. Relaford in the backcourt following the inbound from Walter. Steps on the yellow. Grizzly Palombo at midcourt. Butcher following the pass to Anderson on the left wing is able to swat it away. It goes out of bounds.
Tell you, I'm really liking this aggressiveness by PHS right now. They are wanting to jump that pass immediately.
And just to add, Easton Dean, who fouled Butcher last play on that and one opportunity, now has 2. That's a big loss. Rebound by English, and that's why, because of the height differential. Ball nearly stolen away. Marky English has to take it past the timeline and into the front court on his own. Gavin Elkamil, right corner 3. Too strong as it goes from the left side of the orange. Rebound by Butcher. Elkamil steps through, right-hand floater and a travel. Butcher with a strong rebound to give his team a second chance. Coach Smith scratching his head and adjusting his gray blazer, also sporting a red tie and a red dress shirt. Left corner 3 is up by Russell, and he swacks it home. Russell, that was a pretty trifecta. English gets the ball near midcourt. Relaford just D'ing up Butcher way in the backcourt, forcing the ball to go to the front court mates in Curtis and English, who are assisting him down. Elkamil, left corner, dumps it off to an open English left block. Rolls as he curls inside the far side circle, finds Butcher. Curtis, English inside, spins, foul +1 on Moore. Marquis English, the wily senior, with a great play, getting the defender on his hip, spinning inside and scoring.
Cameron, when you don't have a big man down low, how do you guard the duo of Marquis English and Chase Curtis?
Your guess is about as good as mine. I don't know if it was a rhetorical question or not, but if it wasn't, I would just say try to get him in foul trouble as much as possible. Elkamil defending Relaford. Open is Russell again. He thought he was going to hit the three-pointer. He was very confident after shooting and started walking back to the opposite end. Russell currently 1 of 3 from deep. Elkamil relocates the ball to Butcher, following a pass to Rolfs. English, right block, steps through, thought he had a good angle. Curtis rebounds over 2 different Grizzlies, and he's fouled on his way up. And a travel instead. And the official near the scores table immediately goes to Coach Rolfs and says, hey, we saw it, it's a travel, live with it. Dragons currently out-rebounding the Grizzly, +5, 9-4. Left wing is more pass fake with the ball underneath his chin to the left short corner where Russell's at. Russell left corner 3. He is now 1 of 4. Ball still loose. English comes up with the rebound, his second on the night. Left short corner, Elkamil steps through, goes with a double clutch ice cream scoop shot, and that one goes. Elkamil not wasting an opportunity in the post, following a beautiful transition pass, and a timeout used by Coach Brad Smith. His 6-1 Grizzlies having trouble early on, down 5 with Easton Dean having 2 fouls. 1:45 left in the first quarter of action. Chase Curtis as well as Marquis English combined for 5.6 rebounds to start. And we are back in 36 with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
What's the buzz around They're talking mobile banking, instant debit cards, credit cards, let's not forget e-Power Checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Let's go back live, court time.
After the timeout used by head coach Brad Smith of the Grizzlies, his club still trailing by 5, $1:45 left in the first. Alex Nybarger checks in for the Grizzlies. Left wing, Nybarger steps into a three. That's off the right side of the rim, dribbles around the orange, almost went through. And thus far, with Easton Dean out, this Grizzlies team has relied on three-point shooting as English stretches out his long legs, go with the Euro step, pass Moore, and score to the inside right hand. English 3 of 3 from the field to start, 13-6 the score. Russell steps into a trifecta, and actually he was inside the circle as he curled inside the right side of the horseshoe. Quick trigger three by Rolfs, left side of the floor. That one does not fall. Rolfs following the miss will experience a high-tempo offense. Right corner up fake by Nybarger. He'll attack. Right short corner rips through, and that's a big time travel.
Yep.
And that was a pretty blatant walk by the 5'11 senior. 53 ticks left in the first quarter. 13-8 the score. Dragons up 5. And Javon Grant as well as Trenton Austin on the floor for the Dragons. They subbed in during the timeout as well. Left corner, Rolfs wide open. Instead he looks for Trenton Austin. Left block, steps through, right hand floater, dribbles around and crawls out. Austin with a good look. Just did not go through. Relaford in transition, Euro step, loses it on his way. And it's out of bounds. And no, it's a foul on Austin, excuse me. The whistle did blow, but I thought it was the official on the backside towards the near side of the court saying that it was an out of bounds. It will be on the floor, though, and an inbounds by the Grizzlies. Relaford right side of the goal towards the near baseline. Throws way into the backcourt. Russell is able to corral it. Rolls catches up to defend. Tanner Russell in the ballgame currently 2 of 5 shooting from the floor, 1 of 4 from downtown. As a unit, 2 of 6 from deep. Bounce pass Relaford with his white Nike uniform is on the right wing. Ball cocked above his head, finds Russell again. Right back to Relaford with his white and black Nikes with black swooshes. 11 seconds left. One shot. Magic Relaford trying to find that magic with 7 seconds left. Elkamil defends. English comes with a double team, but that exploits Moore wide open in the post. And a foul. English slapped the backboard, but he definitely ran into Moore. And now it's being called on Trenton Austin, who came over on the help defense. So Austin, the big impactful center for this Pittsburgh team, is now in foul trouble against Fort Scott. He was able to total 8 points and a rebound after missing several weeks. 2 seconds left in this first quarter. The first free throw by Moore is no good. Austin will come out. Curtis comes in. Moore goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Curtis heaves it nowhere near the rim, but after 1 quarter of play, we have a close match of the Pittsburgh High School Purple Dragons, who started off hot, leading by 7 points at one period in time. Now we're only up by 4, despite Easton Dean being out with 2 fouls. Tanner Russell has 5 and is able to pace this Grizzlies team in Easton Dean's stead. With that, we will be back in 30 seconds with more Purple Dragon action here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
Let's go back live courtside.
The players who we expected would score did score, but The result may be a bit different from what people think, especially the hometown crowd, as the Dragons up 4 heading into the second quarter of play, 13-9. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio in Pittsburg, Kansas. Cam Molina with you in Altamont, Kansas, inside the confines of Labette County High School. Dragons again up 4. Javon Grant works the ball right wing to Drew Rolfs. Curtis right corner, looks for a cutting Rolfs as he curls to the right corner. Elkamil left wing, looks for Rolfs as he pokes into the left corner. English left block deuce. He uses the window effectively. That was almost a Timmy Duncan-esque play as he gained some separation, brought the ball above his head, and just smooched it off the window. 6-point lead for the Dragons. Bounce pass Moore. Left wing pass fake to the left corner where Russell's at. Russell gains a little bit of separation from Rolfs. Russell has the ball above his head. Step back. Has Rolfs on his heels. Loses the ball. Recovers it. He's at the free throw line. Has the ball ripped away. English trying to run the floor himself, but stopped. A smart play. Rolfs transition 3 is up. Selects it in. Drew Rolfs sends it home as he teed up and drove home the trifecta. Elkamel trying to keep pace with Relaford. Relaford, a silky smooth pull-up inside the horseshoe, and that's why he's highly touted in the SCK. First bucket of the night. 18-11 the score. Dragons up 7, matching their largest lead of the night with just under 7 to go in the first half. Left wing is Rolfs. Javon Grant, the freshman with it. He played well in the JV game, a Pittsburg High School victory. Grant works it back to Rolfs as Coach Rolfs is barking out orders. Left elbow, English is 2. Off the right side of the orange, rebounded by Rolfs. He goes into the chest of Moore and draws the foul. You have to credit the Dragons guards, Avi, for crashing the boards as often as they have been, not leaving the duties just to Curtis and English.
Well, when you got athletes like the Purple Dragons do, as Rolfs misses the first free throw, it's amazing how easy it is for these guys to get rebounds. It's like I know we're doing a lot of comparisons tonight, but you compare Gavin Elkamil, he's like a Russell Westbrook. He can do it all.
Rolfs, with his purple Nike shoes, takes 2 dribbles and flicks. Inbounds in the backcourt. Walters finds Relaford, and Anthony Lee has subbed in for Moore. So a very small unit on the floor for the Grizzlies, and you would imagine that is going to be the focus of Coach Rolf's assault. Lee curls inside, crosses the right elbow, picks up his dribble from the right block, works it back around Elkamil to an open Relaford. Relaford trying to size up Elkamil, lightning fast speed, Euro step. English denies it at its apex. Curtis with the board. After the steal, it's Elkamil going in and out. Lee on his hips, spins away, pirouettes, left block. Relaford in turn slaps the ball out of bounds and will remain Pittsburg High School basketball. And Coach Rolfs asking for a stacked set. It will be Rolfs to inbound towards the far baseline. English is open, jabs against the defending Russell. A chest pass to Rolfs, right corner, back to English. He misses, but on the weak side, it's Curtis with the offensive rebound, and he is able to score his first basket of the night. Curtis was in foul trouble last game, but he is the team's leading scorer. Lee being defended by Curtis, nearly a turnover. Russell, a fortunate placement with himself being on the left wing. He'll dish it out. Walters underneath the basket. Walters felt uncomfortable shooting, so instead he'll look for Lee. Lee tries to do a very awkward oblong pass, and it's stolen by Grant, who turns on the accelerators, goes up right-handed, and does not convert. Grant with the shot and miss. His first attempt of the night. Left wing, Relaford rises and scores. He has such long arms, and his ability to load his feet and springboard up into the air is incredible. So Relaford is able to drill the 2-pointer. Left wing 2 does not go as it scurries off the left side of the orange by Rolfs, rebounded by Relaford. Relaford, who is 2 of 3 shooting on the night, and the rebound now goes inside with the runner. Gavin Elkamil trying to keep it alive. Ball still loose. Relaford comes up with it. Relaford now with 2 boards before he skips it back out to Russell near midcourt. At the volleyball 10-foot line, and a timeout used by Coach Brad Smith. This club coming off a win against the reigning runner-ups of Class 4A D2 Boys State Basketball and the Pratt Greenbacks. And Avi, if we are going to use the last couple of games as a barometer, one, you're taking on the runner-ups from last year at state in Pratt. The Grizzlies beat Pratt 56-31, so a convincing 25-point victory there, but only able to beat Fort Scott by single digits. Pittsburgh was able to do it by a 39-point fashion.
And, Cameron, I wouldn't, looking at matchups, it's so hard to tell because basketball is one of those sports, it's like you're on or you're off. It's just one of those toughest things to compare. And, you got to tip your hats off to Labette County for beating Pratt as much as they did. And it might have been an off night. We weren't there. We couldn't tell. But, hey, they got the job done. Regardless, they got the victory.
The white-cladded Grizzlies back out onto the floor. Lee jogs back to the top of the arc as Relaford will get the inbounds. He's in the backcourt standing on the black claws of the Grizzly logo at midcourt. Relaford conducting traffic, telling him to set a down ball screen. It's Russell with the right wing. He'll jab right before giving it back to Relaford. Deep trifecta. He dials up off the heel of the on. Relaford tries to track it down. He does save it. What blinding speed. Attacks baseline and a foul by Curtis. Curtis thinking he went straight up with Relaford, but Relaford did an excellent job selling the contact. So Javon Relaford to the free throw line. Lost his grandmother earlier this year. Condolences to he and his family as the free throw goes. He'll have another attempt coming up. 21-14 the score, 7-point lead for the Dragons. That's whittled down to 6 now as Relaford goes 2 of 2. He now has 6. Game's leading scorer is going to the scores table. Marquis English to check in. Curtis power dribble from the right block, loses his handle on it. Rolfs traveled, and he wanted to go with an up fake. He hesitated on whether to shoot it or not. He was apprehensive to do so, and because of that hesitancy, it led to a mistake.
And Rolfs does that quite a bit. He did that a lot last year. That was his #1 problem. He's indecisive right off the bat on what he wants to do.
Nearing the midway point of the second, it's a 6-point lead for the Dragons, 21-15. Nybarger going to work. Works the ball left wing extended to Relaford, who comes to the point. From the crown of the key, he shoots. And to the left side of the rim as it gleans off the back side of the rim and the window. English with the board, his 4th of the night. Slows down the tempo, hesitates, goes to the block, does not finish. But how about Chase Curtis ripping the ball away from 2 Grizzlies players who were playing hot potato with it, and scores. Russell with his white shoes attacks, pulls up right wing 3, rolls out. Ball poked up in the air. Curtis was one of the factors that ended up saving the ball as Nybarger is stopped due to a whistle. Foul by Butcher. That is Jarek Butcher's first, and the 14th foul committed by the Dragons in this half. Right side of the goal inbound for Javon Relaford on the near baseline, and I think Coach Rolfs wants the floor cleaned where that spill happened. It was Curtis who was tangled up, I think, with Lee and another player. I think it may have been Walters, and all 3 collided and fell on the floor. Nybarger awarded the rebound. Near side baseline inbound. Grappled by Nybarger. His blonde hair waving in the air inside of Labette County Grizzlies Gymnasium. Curtis telling Nybarger, come on, come on, come on, trying to intimidate and also incite some sort of response from his opponent. Relaford takes Curtis off the bounce, goes up right-handed and scores. Javon Relaford with the focus around the rim. Elkamil, right wing, hesitating. Coach Rolfs telling him, hey, you have to move the ball. You're waiting way too long. Left wing, Butcher, pass fake to the left block where English is at. Rolfs looks for Curtis high post before he gives a dart. Left corner, Butcher, 3, air ball. Elkamil with the rebound. Goes with a one-hand floater, does not finish. Rebound by English as he's able to do the dirty work in the post. Marquis English, 11 points, 5 rebounds now. Elkamil has 4 rebounds in the ball game. Relaford dribbles with his right hand, interchanges with Lee. Lee dribbles left to right, crosses over, lowered his shoulder, and it's a blocking call by Curtis, who was reeling defensively. He has 2 now. And Trenton Austin set to check in. He also has 2 with just under 2:30 left in the first half. 25-17 the score. Dragons lead it by 8.
Cameron, I think that was the right call. I don't think Curtis's feet were set, which is therefore I think that's why the block was called.
And that is the 15th foul committed by the Dragons. And now it will be Lee going to the free throw line. So I guess it was in the act of shooting, I guess. I thought Lee was still driving, but Lee will have 2 shots, and his first shot is no good. Austin subs out. Curtis comes in. Lee will have a second opportunity here as he sizes up the goal following receiving the basketball. Takes one dribble, brings the ball to his shoulder, and flicks no good. So I guess a pseudo-inconsequential foul. Pseudo because the shot wasn't made, but it's still a foul on Curtis. And then English travels on the opposite end. He was at the high post. He thought about shooting with the up fake. No one near his vicinity, and then walked with it. 8-point game still. 25-17 is the score. Elkamil will come out to greet Relaford at midcourt. Now Elkamil starts to reverse backwards, backpedaling like a defensive back in football. Lee, defended by Austin, does a handoff into the torso of the chest of Russell. Relaford cuts back door. Good defense by the Dragons. Butcher read it on the help side defense. Jumped the passing lane and almost came up with a steal. It's a near side baseline inbound. Lee gets it right corner, defended by Austin. Flaring out is Russell. Asks for the basketball as Walters. Relaford gets it right corner. He'll curl inside the key, kick it out. Nybarger, up fake, goes inside, double clutches, blocked by English, comes in with a save, but he crossed the baseline. It's out of bounds. Good defense by English. One, to not run into Nybarger, who had somewhat faded away and shied away from contact, but 2, to keep the arm right where the trajectory of the ball was going. Inbound by Nybarger. Left corner is Lee as he forks it over left wing to Russell. Russell looking to shovel it away. Instead, he'll pull up. Free throw line fade. Takes one mighty hop off the rim, then another one. English with the board, his 7th of the night. English in transition has Rolfs left wing. Left corner 3 is up. Does not go. English with the offensive rebound. Power dribble. Goes up right-handed and scores. Coach Rolfs has one darn good asset on the team, and Marquis English among others. 8 rebounds tonight. Relaford works it over left wing as the Dragons have their largest lead of the night at 10. 60 seconds left in the half. Russell shovels it left wing. Relaford, right-hand floater. That was a long right-hand floater. Relaford tracks it down after the miss and scores. Javon Relaford relentless on the glass. And the intrepid guard not afraid to go amongst the trees. 45-6 left in the half. 27-19 the score. Lead shaved down to single digits. Left elbow is English before Butcher works at right corner. Left corner to Rolfs. Trenton Austin goes with a gorgeous reverse from near side baseline to far side baseline. Austin now 1-2 from the field. 2 points, 2 fouls. 20 seconds left. A 10-point game. Relaford and company will hold for the last shot. Elkamil giving him plenty of space. About a half a step distance now as there's 10 seconds under the clock. Elkamil coaxing Relaford and a foul on the floor. And Coach Rolfs questioning the call, but that's only the 16th foul. And that is the first on Elkamil. So not too much to concern himself with as Javon Grant will come in. I think they may put the freshman in for Elkamil. If that's the case, he will defend Relaford. So a big task for the freshman in the waning seconds of the first half. Walters to inbound. Nybarger is wide open. Walters gets it backcourt to Relaford. Grant with great speed. English will double team Relaford. Relaford steps through free throw line, and actually he knocks it in. How did that one go? And it's a 3-pointer. He did a Euro step to split English and Grant at the top of the arc. Was at the free throw line and delivered a beauty of a shot. And the legend of Javon Relaford continues to grow inside Labette County High School. That intermission, 29-22, and what a fantastic effort from Relaford despite Easton Dean having 2 fouls in the contest and not playing the entirety of the second quarter. A 7-point lead for the Dragons at break, and we will take a 2-minute break and come back with the first half statistics as well as an interview with Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Krotz and insight into the second half of play. You're listening to the home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Halftime festivities currently taking place inside the confines of Labette County High School. And at intermission, for the boys basketball game between the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons as well as Labette County Grizzlies. It is 29-22 in favor of the Dragons in what has been a slugfest thus far. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio, Cam Molina with you. And we are joined by Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Krotz at our halftime report. And coach, difficult loss today. Not looking at the score, you could tell that your team was extremely competitive throughout this contest. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, I think we had a good first half and got after them defensively and was able to break through their 2-3 different presses they throw at you and mix up with and sometimes even back into man-to-man, and we're able to get some offensive stuff going, and I said I had a good first half. Little different story in the second half.
Well, in that first half, as you mentioned, a multitude of looks thrown by Coach Snyder. Those full-court presses have really been giving your team fits over the season, but they seem to handle it well today. What was the difference?
I think we just are getting more familiar with what we want to run against them, and also just, more game time with some young kids, just getting more game time and getting used to the press. But still, too many turnovers, and we'll go back to the drawing board on Wednesday and try to get better and, take care of the ball.
Outside of the turnovers, you guys try to run some of your half-court sets. Petty was able to score a couple times within that baseline, but Matlock and Kidd combined for 2 points, 5 rebounds. It has to hurt when the front court is not completely in the game.
Yeah, we got to get a little stronger down there, getting some rebounds, get some putbacks. With getting pressed so much, we've got to get it past the press and look at getting some stuff down into the post and take, take advantage of the opportunities we do get down there. But, we need as a team, we need to go rebound better.
And, Coach, best team in the league as of now in Labette County was projected to win the league this season. In addition, ranked top 5 in Class 4A D1. You guys can't be too sour about this loss. You want the win, but there's a lot you can learn from in this this time. What did you tell your girls in the locker room following the game?
I thought our effort was there. There were some questions in the second half of how much our effort was there against Fort Scott, and so to come out tonight, and I felt like our effort was there all game long. In the first half, we were able to combine effort and execution, and we were in the game. Second half, execution wasn't as good. But when we can combine those two things, effort and execution, we can play some ball. Hopefully get on the win column here.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and once again, tough loss, but against a very, very good team. You girls competed very well tonight, and back to the drawing board, as you said.
Yep, that's right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. And once again, that was the Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Krotz here on our halftime report. We will segue now into the boys' side of things as we look at the first half statistics. And once again, at intermission, the score is 29-22. Dragons lead it by 7. It was really a Dragons second quarter of play, all Pittsburgh hype through most of the second quarter until Javon Relaford decided to show up. 13 first half points, most of those in the second quarter of play, including a buzzer-beating 3 to bring it within single digits. And Avi, what did you see from this Labette County team?
Well, I saw a little bit of panic. Once their big man went out, and all of a sudden they got worried. They didn't know what to do because they could not contain the two-headed monster in Curtis and Marquis English, and that's a problem, Cameron, because Marquis is doing whatever he wants. He can be inside, or he can even be the point guard after a basket. He can take off and go make a bucket. Now, for them to rebound, they're waiting on their I'm waiting for an explanation. Magic Relaford. I think Magic is taking a lot of shots that he's not really comfortable with at the current moment. And so Russell is also doing that. He's taking a lot of tough shots over Rolfs. So right now they need to calm down and run an offense instead of taking these tough shots. Then for the Purple Dragons, they're doing everything right. Second chance points are amazing right now for them. They are getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and they're executing on that.
And it's tough to keep both English and Curtis off the glass when Easton Dean's in foul trouble. Their 6'7" forward, who has played miraculously this season and has been marvelous, has sat out most of this contest and not played a lick of the second quarter, but will be back for the second half. And I think Coach Smith understood the implications of him coming back in and potentially getting another foul, so he'd rather be safe than sorry. Quick run through of the stats. Chase Curtis, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Drew Rolfs, 4 points, 2 boards. Gavin Okamo, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Marquis English, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Jarek Butcher, 2 points and a rebound, and then 2 points for Trenton Austin. Javon Relaford for the Grizzlies with 13 and 4 boards. 5 points for Tanner Russell on a 2 of 6 shooting endeavor thus far, and then 3 points for Easton Dean, and then 1 for Moore. At intermission, 29-22. We are 2 minutes away before the beginning of the second half. Make sure to join us throughout the duration of the rest of this contest, whether you are listening on our live stream at ESPN100.7.com or on the dial. Don't go anywhere. More Purple Dragon action coming up in just 2 ticks.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. Offers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at LaneLordBballCamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit LaneLordBballCamps.com.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Online at LindberghPharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $50 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply or on a payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenient and pays. GMB, member FDIC.
So back live courtside.
And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you on this Tuesday night SEK contest. Dragons up 7 as we begin the third quarter. Relaford, who has 13, bounces it over to Russell left wing. He looks low for Easton Dean, who sat out the entirety of the second quarter and a majority of the first with 2 fouls. Anderson going to work, crosses over from right to left, goes to the step back, tries to find Walters, but it's stolen away by English. Good read. English in transition, uses his left arm as a bar, trying to gain some space between he and Anderson. English still with it, and a foul from behind. And Coach Rolfe say, hey, I know you have a lot of talent, but kick it out. Let's set up our offense. English was just trying to patrol and find an open alleyway for him to attack. Butcher will inbound. Near side baseline as the Dragons offense on your dial goes from left to right. Butcher inbounds. English left corner, up fake. Now he will shoot the three. This time contested. Curtis is able to come up like a big man with a big rebound. Kicks it out. Rolfes, right wing. Back to English. Goes with an up and under. Spins away, then spins back inside. And Easton Dean was just put through the spin cycle. English with 15 in the contest. A lot of pressure coming towards the Grizzlies, but Walter finds a little bit of room to maneuver inside, and he's able to score from the left block. In transition, it's Butcher. Butcher right block goes up and under. Anderson gets a fingertip on the basketball and swats it away. Dean, 6'7", running full force, left-hand floater on the run. That one's good. Easton Dean, a smooth move to make sure the ball was shielded with his body so Curtis cannot get to it and scores. Dean's first basket sits hitting a three in the opening frame of play. English, near side block. Goes with an up fake, kicks it out, left corner, Rolfes is open, but finds a flashing Elkamil left wing trifecta, does not fall. Dean with the board, and Dean already pushing the envelope on the break, loses it on the break. Butcher, skip pass, Curtis, power dribble, goes up, right hand finish, and that is just a textbook move. You wait for the guards to crash down as they attempt to swipe it away. Power dribble, go straight up. Following the Dean turnover and the Curtis score, it's Relaford, right-hand runner, tipped up after his miss, recovered by Dean, left elbow 2, leaves it short. Curtis tracks down the board, 7 points, or excuse me, 6 points, 7 rebounds in the ball game, as Dean drops his first miss of the game. Elkamil using that arm to gain some separation, and that looked like a charge, and that forces Coach Smith to be a bit animated, a bit vivacious, saying, come on, how is that not a charge? He acted out the whole thing. Butcher to inbound near baseline, waiting for the cross screen to be set. English flashes open. It's one-on-one versus he and Dean, but a smart decision not to shoot from him. Left wing Elkamil, he'll deliver a beeline pass right wing before Butcher zips it over right corner to Rolls to the top of the keys. English brings the ball below his waist. Elkamil left wing before he finds a curling Rolls. He'll attack inside the horseshoe, goes up inside the key and scores with the left hand. Dean right in his grill. Drew Rolls with a good lay-in, and it's tough sometimes for guards to adjust to big height, and that's what Dean brings, that 6'7", 6'8" height, but Rolf's doing a good job contorting to that size and finishing. English pinned the ball against the backboard as Dean was trying to strike, and a foul is called on English.
And Cameron, I don't know if you've seen it, but Coach Wilson's face says it all right now on that call. Man, oh man, was he couldn't believe it.
35-26 is the score. Dragons up 9 with just under 5:30 left in the third. English's foul puts him at 1 in the contest. In the first on the Dragons, Dean first free throw is good. Curtis summing out. He's communicating with Coach Rolfes, and actually it doesn't look like Curtis is subbing out. He just went over to talk with Coach Rolfes. Dean goes 2 of 2. Now with 7 points. Butcher in the backcourt. Anderson back there with Butcher to apply some extra pressure. Elkamil comes up to help, and Elkamil will be the ball handler. Now he's telling Butcher to come over and get the basketball, as he does. Following the floatering pass to Butcher, he picks up his dribble. Anderson harassing him. Skip pass. He's over to Elkamil, right wing. Jab steps inside, loses handle on the sphere. And then Relaford loses the ball for a second. I thought actually Elkamil lost the ball. And then Relaford recovered it, and it was a travel by Elkamil. And Coach Rolfes is now talking with Elkamil, saying don't make this a one-on-one matchup. It's about the team, not you. But Elkamil did have a good look. Jabbed right, went inside. 35-28 is the score. 7-point lead for the Dragons. 5 minutes remaining in the third, and an errant pass by Easton Dean, and it's a backcourt violation. Dean thought Relaford was going to come a bit to his left and come get the basketball from Dean, and Dean anticipated him going there, but Relaford did not move. Shade under 5 to go in the third. 7-point lead for the Dragons. Right side of the goal inbound by Butchers. He has English far side corner. Grant with it, and Grant has played some good minutes. Rolfes finds an open Butcher. Great ball movement. Butcher has it right wing. Finds Rolfes again at the point. From the crown of the key, he decides to step back. Finds English. Power dribble. Hop step through the lane. Does not score. following the miss, it was a rebound by Walters, his second of the night. Jab step by Russell with his right foot. And excuse me, that was Moore. Moore is number 30, and Walters is number 3. I didn't see the 0. Left corner, Anderson. Curtis comes out to greet Dean. Dean goes right into the chest of Curtis, steps through free throw line. Morris 2, tries to use the backboard. No. Curtis makes him pay with the defensive rebound. Offense at a high-octane pace. Butcher, great above-the-head pass over Anderson as English has it, and then English with the walk. Midway through the third, it is 35-28. The Dragons have put up 6 points, as have the Grizzlies. Relaford on the yellow Paul logo at midcourt as the offense is going from right to left on your dial. With 3:55 remaining, Russell skips it left wing. Dean contested 3, and that one may have been one of the single worst airball threes I have seen. He was contested by Curtis, decided to shoot, and if you're looking at the goal straight on, if you're imagining looking on the goal straight on, the ball was all the way to the right. It was almost in the corner of the court. That's how far it was off. But Dean drops to 1 of 2 from deep, and the ball nearly stolen. Butcher catches up to it in the backcourt, and Grant gets it at midcourt. Crosses over in between his legs, trying to size up Relaford and gain a little bit of room, and it looks like a foul away from the basketball. I'm not quite sure who it's on. It will be Anderson, 13. His second foul. 13 fouls. Butcher will come out. Elkamil comes back in. Elkamil running a box set, now a stack as everyone's lined up from the left corner to the right corner and on the blocks. Grant to inbound, cross screen set. Curtis gets it, inside block, spin move inside the key, cannot score. Dean with a good board. His third rebound of the night, and Curtis had a picturesque opportunity, but Curtis is able to poke the ball loose from behind, comes up with a steal. English running the press. It should be in transition. English is running it, and then English loses his handle on the sphere. Relaford comes up with it. Relaford crosses the black midline. 3 minutes remaining in the third, and a 7-point lead for the Dragons still. Left corner is Anderson. Looks low. Great cut by Relaford, and some two-man action results in the 15th point of the night for Magic Relaford. Grant wanting to respond in a timeout used before Grant gets to the rim, which was a miss. 35-30 is the score. The Grizzlies finally in the stalemate with some good action between Anderson and Relaford. 2:54 remaining in the third quarter of play. A 5-point contest. Dragons up, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
Let's go back live courtside.
And we do welcome you back live courtside alongside Avi Sharma. I'm Cam Molina with Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio doing a terrific job as always keeping us on air. Elkamil will inbound to the left of Coach Rolfs in front of the Pittsburg High School bench. Javon Grant is in the backcourt, D'd up by Anderson. Anderson just as fast as Grant, and this Grizzly team with a lot of speed all around, not just those two. English at the crown of the arc, kicks it over to Elkamil, right wing 3, to the right of the rim, does not score. Curtis rebounds, and he'll finish. Curtis on the verge of a double-double, 8 points, 9 rebounds. Relaford raises his right hand into the air, balls his hand into a fist, and it's a turnover. Wanting to run a half-court set, and the pass was just too low. A shallow pass near the ankles of Anderson, and he had to try to excavate it up. Coach Smith barking out orders while his gray hair starts to get frizzed, looking like Doc from Back to the Future. Right wing, Elkamil about 3 steps away from the top of the circle to Rolfs, who moves it over left corner to English. Working it back around the horn will be English. Grant and Elkamil trying to stretch out the 2-1-2 zone. Dean defending that middle, so English can't catch, but he still does. Inside, can't finish. Offensive rebound back up, does not score. Ball still loose. English comes up with it, rips through, goes up, still no foul. A block by Dean. English was relentless off the glass. Back-to-back rebounds gives him a double-double. 15 and 10. English following the inbound from Rolfs. Finds Grant. Elkamel straightaway trifecta. If you aren't going to defend him, he will score. As it said, man down.
Hand down, man down.
Hand down, that's what it is.
I got you.
I don't know why I said man down. Hand down, man down. 10-point ball game. Dragons lead it. Matching their largest lead of the night. Curtis pokes away the basketball. Deem trailing right behind him. Right-hand lay-in by Curtis. And the Dragons now have a swing in their favor. And it looks like a foul on the inbounds, and Coach Rolfs is screaming. And it's called on Grant. There are a lot of people displeased about that call as Grant was digging up Relaford in the backcourt and bumped into him. The ball wasn't even in play yet. 42-30 is the score. Grant picks up his first and the team's third, and a timeout is used on the hardwood by Coach Smith. 42-30 is the score. Dragons up 12 with just under 120 left in the frame, and we are back at 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
The Dragons currently on a 7-0 run, fending off the Grizzlies as Marquis English and Gavin Elkamel have been able to put up some points. And a good run by the Dragons overall, but a timeout used after a foul was called in the backcourt against Javon Grant of the Dragons. 3 on the team, first on Grant. Coach Smith trying to settle down his boys who currently lead the SCK, standing atop all else. More to inbound from the far sideline, nearest to student section. Relaford defending Rolfs, and he was on an island. Moore gets a bounce pass from Relaford. Right wing three by Dean. That one is short. Rebound by Curtis. Curtis now with a double-double. The Dragons have 2 players with double-doubles. Curtis, 10 and 10, and English, 15 and 10. Grant tries to rush a shot in transition. 0-2 from the floor. Relaford on the break. Crosses over right to left. And it looks like Elkamel was able to get a hand on the sphere, and he does. Elkamel in transition receives the skip pass from Rolfs. Euro step right to left and scores. Coach Rolfs now trying to encourage his boys. Up 14 with 30 seconds to go. Relaford has a little bit of a crease. Tries to utilize it and a travel. Relaford had Rolfs on his heels and had him on his left hip and almost went all the way to the basket, but found Nybarger wide open in the right corner. Butcher will come in for Grant, who is visibly frustrated. Butcher gets the ball in the backcourt. Curtis crosses the timeline. His white shoelaces on his white shoes, dangling. Butcher scoops a pass over to Rolfs near midcourt with 26 left. Relaford reads another scoop pass, takes it all the way and nearly jams it home. Bad pass as all the players for the Dragons were just trying to interchange the basketball and wind down the clock. 9 seconds left. Elkamel with it. Hesitation, steps into a 3. Can't hit it. Ball's loose. Nybarger has 2 seconds. 1 second, heaves it up. And it's to the right of the orange. But at the end of the third quarter, it is 44-32. The Dragons able to close out the third quarter on a 9-2 run and now have a double-digit advantage heading into the final frame of play. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7 in 30 seconds.
Always. It's not just time. Watco way. By focusing on safety each and every day, they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road at home across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
And we welcome you back. Fourth quarter just about to begin from inside the confines of Labette County High School in Altamont, Kansas. Just about a 45-minute drive for the Dragons as they head into the final period of play with a 12-point lead. Alongside Avi Sharma, Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you on this Tuesday night league contest. The Dragons trying to wrestle away the lead. Man, what am I trying to say here? Trying to take the lead of the SEK in essence.
I'm looking for the same word you are, my friend.
Curtis far side out. Gets it inbounds to Butcher. Defended by Nybarger. Nybarger forces Butcher to his right. A stagger screen set by English and Curtis. Butcher picks up his dribble. English power dribble with his right hand. Spins inside. Scores to the left. I'm able to do that easily, but everything else. Relaford jab step inside the far side circle, getting Elkamil on his heels, and then Dean tries to take it on his own accord. He misses, and Dean has struggled following what was a good scoring outburst midway through the third. And English again in transition, able to go with the power dribble and score following the skip pass. 48-32 the score, 16-point lead for the Dragons, 7:15 left in the contest. High ball screen set by Dean as he'll sag into the low post. Relaford wants Curtis, a mismatch, right hand shot goes. And the momentum of the ball stopped on the back iron and dropped through. Relaford with 19 points, 4 rebounds. English again posted up on Dean, power dribble. Russell brings the double team. And a travel on English. Under 7 to go, and the Dragons lead it 48-34, a 14-point edge. Relaford controls the ball with his left hand. Curtis defending Easton. Dean a little irked by the fact Curtis is telling him, come on, come on, come on, gives it up, and Relaford scores. Relaford is a wrecking ball inside. That runner is deadly. Elkamil catches the ball mid-flight, goes behind the back. Relaford runs into the Pittsburg High School bench. Elkamil on the pull-up 2, which would have been demonstrative, misses. Pretty move. Relaford crosses over left to right, has Rolfs leading, goes up inside, right-hand floater, does not convert. Relaford now 8 of 11, 21 points, 4 boards. Butcher, far side of the court, Nybarger defending Curtis, setting the high ball screen. Curtis thought about stepping into a 2-point jumper, but instead finds Rolfs, who's curling from the left block to the left corner. Elkamil posts up left block. Rolfs head fake left wing, gives it right back to English on the pick and pop. English three-pointer, no. Nybarger clears it out. English 0-3 from downtown, 19 points, 10 rebounds. He and Curtis have combined for 29 points, 20 rebounds. Pull up 2, Russell short. And Russell has taken a lot of shots. The volume shooter, 2 of 7 in the ball game. Butcher tries to thread a pass to Elkamil, then Elkamil works along the near side baseline, nearly stepping out of bounds, and a timeout is used by Coach Rolls. 5:36 left in the ball game. 48-36 is the score. Dragons still up 12. Avi, this is still anyone's ball game, but Pittsburg High School with a good 12-point advantage as of now. The area, as you mentioned in halftime, that the Dragons have really been excelling in is on the glass. They are plus 13 on the boards right now compared to the Grizzlies, 27-14.
Yeah, I just don't see anybody stopping Chase Curtis or Marquis English, and that's the problem right now. Easton Dean cannot do all of the work. And then on the offensive end, the Grizzlies can't find a shot, Cameron. They have to put up a tough one, and if it goes in, it goes in. But other than that, they cannot get one up to go. So for PHS, that's a successful job. The only guy that's getting past them is Relaford, and obviously you can see how good Relaford is by how much of the moves and the gimmies and goes that he's doing. But for PHS, the offense, now they need to calm down. They need to go back to what they do best, and that's run an offense and get the easy buckets.
And as you said, Relaford has been able to score, but that's been mostly in transition or isolation situations. 2 points have been scored by Walters, 5 by Russell. Dean with 7. one from Moore, so there has not been a lot of complementary player help in this contest. That's somewhat similar to the theme of the girls' game that we called. There was not a lot of help from the second unit players nor the other starters for the Dragons. Power dribble by English. He'll fake inside, finds Rolf's right wing before Hill working around to the left wing. Elkamil resets the offense, and as he pushes the reset button, English flashes high post to the top of the key. Bounce pass to him, right back to Elkamil. A zip pass over to Butcher, right wing. Thought about stepping into a three, but instead Elkamil has it high post. Curtis at the apex of the arc. Rolfs wide open following the pass from Butcher. Too strong. Russell with the rebound. Russell has three, and Rolfs is 1 of 4, just one of those streaky shooting nights. Right wing wide open. Relaford is able to sink it. A big trifecta coming from Javon Relaford, who has 24 on the night to bring it within single digits. Inside 9, 48-39 the score, 5 minutes left in the contest. We are back at 30 ticks with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
Just 5 minutes left in the ball game. The Dragons, who heading into the fourth quarter held on to a 12-point lead, it has now been cut down to 9. The Grizzlies doing all they can to stab at the deficit and shred it, and Javon Relaford has been the catalyst for this team's success. 48 points for the Dragons, 39 for the Grizzlies. 24 of the 39 from Relaford. Another 48 of the Dragons. 29 have come from Curtis and English. Butcher wants the backcourt to be cleared. Curtis will set a ball screen, right elbow towards the far end of the court. Now in the front court will be Butcher as he's looking for a cutting English. English sells the up fake, had Easton Dean for a second before he swiftly moves the ball to the top of the key where Elkamil's at. English bullies his way inside, strong arms, and scores from his right block post. He's 10 of 13 from the floor. 21 points, 10 rebounds. Russell's 3, no, and Russell continues to struggle, 1 of 5 shooting. Elkamil with the rebound, that's his 5th of the night. Elkamil with 9 points to match. Elkamil will attack right short corner to the rack, and Elkamil was walloped by Dean and no foul. And Curtis has a pretty funny expression on his face. He almost made the fishy face, as my mom would call it, the fishy face. That's the only thing I can really think of in that situation. He was astonished.
Pretty accurate.
That's the reaction. He was astonished, but he had the fishy face. That's his astonished look. Elkamil finds the open English, who spins inside. A strong spin on Dean, who does foul. 3 on Dean now. And the team's 4th foul with just 4:19 left in the ball game. 50-39 is the score. Dragons up 11. And English can knock through 2 here. He would have 23 points. The Dragons, this is just their 3rd time going to the free throw line tonight. Their 4th and 5th attempts. English knocking down his 2nd attempt. Here comes his 3rd in just a second. Off the back iron. Rebounded by Moore. Good job by Moore to clear out the backcourt. Moore now with 4 boards. Relaford left wing. Crossing over in between his legs from right to left. He has Anderson left corner, who is trying to find a posting up Dean, but instead relocates it at the point where Moore's at. Moore scoops it back into the chest of Russell, who brings it waist level. Crosses over left to right. In a pick and roll action, Russell fade away too short. Ball tipped up in the air. English comes down with it. English shovels it back to Butcher. Butcher crosses over right to left. Anderson picks his pocket. Ball still loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. It will be Pittsburg High School basketball. It will be an inbound in the backcourt for the Dragons in front of the Labette County student section. A side out for Curtis. He scans, looks. Rolfs is open on a leak out. Rolfs has Russell on his hip, but then reverses back out to reset the offense. Elkamil has a little bit of wiggle room, steps through, jabs with his right leg and elbow to try to maybe deke out Dean, but Dean does not fall for it, reverses it back out. English left wing. He'll just shovel it slightly more to the left where Rolfs is at. Butcher at the point, goes with above the head, cocked pass over to Elkamil. Elkamil attacks baseline, goes up and scores. Elkamil, a good basket, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Relaford, straightaway 3, no. Rebounded by Elkamil. Elkamil with now 6 boards in the contest. Elkamil, he wanted a high ball screen set by English so he could attack the paint, but English is already on the left block. Rolfs, chest pass over to Butcher, left wing, before he works it back over to the point. Right back to the far wing, and again Curtis back to the basket, looks for a cutting Elkamil, and a beautiful feed by Curtis, blown by the Elkamil missed lay, and Russell is able to grapple onto the board, his 4th of the night. Elkamil with a great look, just unable to score, and then Moore catches it right block, tries to go up, but Butcher is called for the foul. That's the team's 4th. No, excuse me, it's on English. So it's English's 2nd. Moore will have 2 free throws. It was in the act of shooting. Moore gets a friendly Grizzly roll as it falls through. Moore now 2 of 3 from the line. He can go 3 of 4 here. Takes 3 dribbles, sets at his waist, flicks his wrist too strong. Curtis, 11th board of the night for him. Scans, football, laser pass to English, who has a step on Dean, goes up left-handed and scores. Good job by English, waiting on Dean, seeing if he can draw the foul, and then lays it up softly. If Dean had gone up just a tad bit later, I think he could have gotten the block. Relaford step back, behind the back 2, no, and it's a rebound by Elkamil. Elkamil with 7 rebounds and a travel. And Coach Rolfs scowling, but now he has to pick up his boys, up 15, 55-40, with 2:11 to go in the contest. Rolfs lobs it over the top of Curtis to Dean, who swiftly moves it right wing to Russell. Left wing, Relaford, open, follow away 2. Left side of the orange does not go. English, his 12th board of the night. Butcher gets it in the backcourt from English, who gives it right back to Elkamil. Elkamil navigates into the front court, uses his arm to try to gain a little bit of separation from Relaford. The wiry Relaford tries to go with a poke from behind the back, and a whistle, 5-second call against Relaford. It's a turnover by the Dragons. Grizzly ball with $1:45 left. Relaford prances over the yellow logo at midcourt, and the Grizzly paw does not provide any source of luck as Relaford blows a layup inside. Butcher rebounds and finds Rolfs. Rolfs in the front court, darts a pass over left wing. Russell on the heels of Elkamil, and Elkamil's fouling his way to the basket. He cannot convert though. So Elkamil and company with $1:24 left in the contest before they earn their 5th victory on the year and tie for the top of the SCK. To my knowledge, it is a 3-way tie between Parsons, Labette County, and Pittsburg. Pittsburg losing to Parsons, Parsons losing to Labette, and if the score holds as Elkamil makes his first, Labette County to Pittsburg. Elkamil goes 2 of 2. Elkamil now with 13 and 7. Relaford hangs in the air, delivers a bounce pass to Dean as he hung at the free throw line. Dean trying to swirl away from both English and Curtis. He does just that. I'm not sure how a 6'7" man is that agile, but Dean is. Dean, 3 of 6 shooting from the floor tonight for 9 points. Left wing rolls pass fakes as he was trying to get the defender to bite on a fake pass, but good job by Russell, remaining disciplined with 50 seconds left. Dean comes out to the fin, raising his left arm, trying to stay in the grill of English. English behind the bag. Dean starts to slide a little bit. English shovels it over to an open Rolfs. Rolfs find Curtis. Curtis rips through and delivers another fluttering pass to Elkamil. Elkamil puts the reverse on and goes back to the top of the key as he was inside of the free throw line. Or excuse me, outside the arc as he was inside the key. English to work with the rock. 15 seconds left. And the Dragons, who smelt blood in the second quarter as they led by 10, continued to push forward despite Relaford's outstanding 24-point performance. The lead was dropped under 10 midway through the fourth, but it wasn't enough to overcome a sensational job by English and Curtis, who combined for 34 points and 23 rebounds. Final score 57-42. The Dragons prevail on the road. They still hold on to that one league loss, but so do the Grizzlies and the Vikings, and it will make for an interesting week and weeks to come to decide who will be the top dog in the SEK. We are back in 2 minutes with a run-through of final stats as well as an interview with Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let us treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 6 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a Commerce Bank. Challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? Well, heating and cooling, you know reputation is earned by consistent performance, by serving our customers' best interests, by providing top quality, energy efficient Rheem equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Rheem factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of turn lawn mowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-2230 or stop by today at 1018 North Front. Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
Mass exodus currently taking place inside the confines of Labette County High School following a Grizzlies loss, their second of the year, first in league play. The Dragons prevailed 57-42 as Pittsburg High School, the Parsons Vikings, and the Labette County Grizzlies now have a three-way tie for first, and it was in no small part of Marquis English and Chase Curtis, who combined for 34 of the team's 57, including 23 of the team's 34 overall rebounds, as they doubled the rebounding numbers of the Grizzlies. Let's get deeper into the numbers on our post-game report. Chase Curtis, 10 points, 11 rebounds, securing a double-double as he shot 5 of 6 from the field. Javon Grant 0-2 from the floor, and limited time and played good defense on Relaford. 6 points for Drew Rolfs, as he was in total 2 of 6 shooting from the floor. 2 of 5 shooting from the floor, 1 of 4 from downtown. Elkamil 13 points, 7 boards, and Coach Rolfs actually had to pull him out of the game because he was struggling quite a bit in the third quarter and in the second quarter, but really started to find his pacing late third and throughout the fourth. 24 points for Marquis English, including 12 rebounds, and he and Easton Dean went at it several times, and English getting the better of Dean. 2 points for Butcher, 2 points for Austin off the bench. Not much help from the bench tonight on either side. Joshua Walters, 2 points and a rebound. Javon Relaford, 24 points, 4 rebounds on 10 of 16 shooting, including 2 of 4 from deep, and that guy is a special talent. He in English, I think, will vie for the SEK Player of the Year honors. 5 points for Tanner Russell and 4 rebounds to match on his 2 of 8 shooting performance. 9 points for Easton Dean and 3 rebounds. And then another 2 points, 4 rebounds for Alex Nybarger. And then Moore was able to notch 2 points and 4 rebounds. Again, final score, 57-42. The scoring breakdown by quarter went as this: 13-9 after 1, 29-22 at halftime. Relaford hit a three-pointer to beat the buzzer to bring it within single digits heading into the locker room. But then the Dragons in the third quarter went on a 7-0 run. They, at one point, only led by 5 in the third, 35-30, but then jumped up to 42-30 and really took command of the rest of the game as they closed out the third on a 9-2 run, winning the third 44-32. And then in the final period of play, ultimately downing the Grizzlies 57-42, as I am now joined by Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs. Coach, I think the one thing that really stood out tonight was the defense. I know Relaford dropped 24, but Easton Dean throughout the game was in foul trouble. In addition, it looked like Marquis and Curtis had his number.
Yeah, I thought our guys defended well. That's what we just got done talking about down there. I didn't think we were really good offensively tonight. We weren't bad offensively, but I didn't think we were very good offensively. But what we did is we made sure we went down to the other end and we defended. And, that's not an easy team to defend. As you said, Magic goes and gets 24. I think we thought he had 13 in the second quarter, I think it was. But I really thought our kids just hung in there and kept defending, kept grinding. And even when we were going through a stretch there where offense wasn't very good, we kept grinding away on that end of the floor.
And, Coach, I noticed at one point you pulled out Elkamil in favor of Grant. What was that decision for? I know Elkamil seemed to be rushing it a little bit and was trying to take on maybe Relaford a bit one-on-one. Was he just not playing within the offense? Or?
No, it's just there just comes a time and for different substitutions, different rotations. Maybe we saw a matchup, see a matchup. Maybe we just got to talk about something. It can vary from any situation. And the good news is I thought our guys handled it well all night. And like I said, we kept defending.
Coach, when I spoke with Coach Smith, again, a very reputable coach, venerable coach inside of the confines of Labette County, he said we have to keep this team off the glass. That was not the case. Out-rebounded 34-17 tonight. That's a plus 17 advantage on the board. Coach, it wasn't only your forwards who were doing a great job, but the guards crashing the board as well.
Yeah, and that's important. I mean, our guys, our bigs do a really good job in there. I mean, you take Marquis and Chase Curtis, and you're talking about two of the better rebounders around, period. But they're always around bodies in there, and so there's always going to be other times when there's stuff to clean up, and that's when the guards have to do their job to go clean that stuff up. And when we do that, it just makes our defense that much better, and it was pretty good tonight.
Coach, I asked you this last time, and again, same deal. Won't lament on this win for too long. You'll face Girard on Friday. What do you see in that non-conference opponent?
Well, I'll think more about Girard tomorrow. We'll stat this and break it down and really talk about this one tomorrow. We really focus in on our next opponent on Thursday, and so I'll know them a lot more and everything else. I know Coach Westcott does a great job, as does Coach Smith here, without a doubt. So I know we're going to have to be ready to play because they'll be a well-coached team as this one was tonight in Labette County.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and again, congratulations, winning 57-42 and tying for the league lead.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Our kids did a nice job. Thank you.
Yep. Once again, that was the Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs as his Dragons improved to 5-2 on the season. Brad Smith's Grizzlies dropped to 6-2 on the year. And the Dragons hand the Grizzlies their first league loss of the season. And now there is a three-way tie for the top. Parsons, Labette County, and the Dragons. A lot more game to be played from now all the way up until March. But it's going to be a fun ride, Avi.
Yeah, absolutely. It's already a thrilling one already. It's been very exciting between all the teams around. As you said, I think before this game it was a three-headed tie for the SEK's conference so far. So interesting to see all these guys duke it out. We haven't seen, I think we have seen, except Coffeyville. I think that's the only matchup that we have not seen so far. But overall, this SEK is one of the toughest conferences I've seen basketball played in a little bit. And so it's fun on both the girls' side and the men's side. And then now we get a little bit of a clash between the SEK, excuse me, and the CNC.
That would be a lot of fun.
I'd be scared about that.
Once again, final scores from the night. The girls team drops a decision 63-33 to a very talented Tristan Gagg-led bunch to go 2-5 on the year. And as for the Dragons, 2-6 on the year, I beg your pardon. As for the Dragons on the boys' side, Kylie Rolfs coaching his boys up to a 5-2 record, downing Magic Relaford 57-42. That will do it from Labette County High School. Special shout-out goes to Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio for always doing a fantastic job. From RV Sharma, I'm Cam Molina. Have fun, be safe. We will see you Friday at the Dragons are at home taking on the Girard Trojans.
Hi, this is